We can get it. We can get every topic in. Anything
Hello?
you want. Oh,
On.
Bomba Club.
Yo, I represent for the food bank cereal and everybody struggling for bootleg stereos. Another night.
Wait, is that an American flag with
It's
neon lights?
It's a Betsy Ross flag.
Oh, okay, okay. Oh,
I got
13
my,
colonies. Is that 13 colonies? Don't tread on me. What? Dude, you gotta see this.
This one.
Don't tread on me.
Wait, you know Don't Tread on Me. It's the original Navy flag.
Yeah. No, not the Navy flag, but I know like a lot of Americans carry that. Americans carry that thing.
It's the original Navy flag.
Oh boy, well, God bless
And-
original. And is that your natural hair color?
Yeah, is that you went Chris Brown on us?
No, he's doing something. I don't know.
I got my CDL, and for the CDL they give you the hair drug test. So I had to bleach my hair just to make sure I passed.
What the? Okay, keep in mind we are recording right now, so let me rewind this whole thing. Welcome to Gator versus the Gator and the Gamer, and we have our lovely American Heathen.
Or should I have the light off so you can see my glowy lights?
Well, I like the hair. I mean, maybe later on you might want to tone it down, but right now, for introduction's sake, this will work. As you know, I am Ishmael, this guy gaming. We have our lovely American Heathen here, John Doe Chance the Third, or now it's Nate the Great.
Oh no, Nate the Great is just
Another pseudonym.
No, it's just it's a old detective novel. No, it's like a kid's book. It's my first detective story.
Either way, a man of many names. Let's do that. A man of many names. Nate the Great. in front of the Betty Ross flag, and then we have JC, the hostess with the mostest, Gator, the man who I've been telling to get a background going. And now you've trumped him, sir. Nah. Nate, that is how you make it. That is how you make an introduction, Nate. That is how you fucking do it.
Thank you, my friend.
Just use JD. I just put Nate the Great for the joke.
Well,
that's awesome.
To be honest, I'd rather have Nate the Great because it's hard for me to try to say, hey JC, hey JD, hey JD, hey JC. So Nate the Great will work. And now my dog's going crazy.
I'll be Nate the Great today.
Well, I hope you're happy. Now my dog's going crazy too because he just saw the flag and he wants to salute.
Did you see my shirt?
You do realize I have that exact same shirt, right?
I work hard so my dog
can eat or whatever. But you do realize I have that exact same shirt, right?
Yeah, it's from Kmart.
No.
Oh, okay. Well, I got it from Walmart. Yeah, big difference.
Walmart.
Yeah, Walmart, Kmart, they're all the same.
Oh, this guy.
You know what though? I ain't gonna lie to you though. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm wearing a Walmart shirt too.
Oh, this guy. So here we go. Well, high value man. High value man, as Kevin Samuels would say.
I start loading up on Walmart shirts because I don't want to do laundry.
Yeah. Yo, some of them shirts are not that bad. Are good looking shirts.
No, they're
like
awesome.
Spider-Man, Marvel.
Yeah, but
they're awesome. Yeah,
but no fashionable male is walking around in Kmart shirts.
I beg to differ. That Superman shirt, the blue one with the Superman symbol on it.
The one that you had before? Oh, this guy.
Yeah, everybody has a Superman shirt, and that's Walmart.
Well, I'm trying to eat and not spill my
Walmart shirts
food.
are just shirts. They're just printed shirts. Like, I mean.
Yeah, but you can tell who's wearing a Walmart shirt if you're going, like, let's say, to a club or something, and you can tell who has like, hey, that's an Ed Hardy shirt.
Nobody's
What'd you
wearing
say?
a Walmart shirt to a
Who
club.
walks into a club with a Walmart shirt?
Well, they don't call me this guy for nothing. I'm wearing a
Nobody.
Walmart shirt in a club because
Wow.
it's so dark. The chicks don't care.
No.
They look
Oh
at the
wait, you're in a
face.
club right now?
No, I'm at home, but I'm saying you like, yeah, I rocked a couple of my Loot Crate
No.
shirts at a club.
I have custom-made
Loot
suits.
Crate and Walmart are two different
You
things.
haven't
though.
seen some
I
of
wear
these
my
Loot Crate
custom-made
shirts.
suits. You can get custom-made suits for like $300 now. Just load up on
This
them.
guy.
Wait. You have $300 just to buy suits just
Yes.
willy nilly?
Yes,
Well, I have
you
a-
see
I
the
have a
hair? You see the hair? He's all about business.
Oh no. I'm sorry. I didn't hear what he said. Say it again.
No, I have a $1,200 Italian suit,
This
but I
guy.
also have my cheaper suits are like $300. But
Yeah,
This
but-
guy.
people spend $300 on jerseys.
Well, not me.
I'm not spending it all.
Yeah. I don't know
You
who
must
these
be-
people are.
Think about what you spend $300 on, right? Like you could get a whole suit for $300. Like you get groceries are $300, you know? Or like
A family of 8,
like-
maybe. Shit. Like, what the fuck? Groceries are $300. Who the fuck is spending $300 on groceries? Have you ever spent $300 on groceries?
Nah, dog.
Yeah,
No,
like,
Nate. Have you ever spent $300 on groceries? Be fucking honest.
I go to Whole Foods.
Whole Food.
Still,
Nah.
still $300.
Nah.
I have to see this receipt. If you spent
Yeah,
$300 on
show
groceries,
you.
I have to see this receipt.
No.
What? You think?
Bro, he's right.
Oh, this guy.
Oh, well,
No,
I don't shop at Whole Foods.
I
shop at
spend
Whole
like
Foods.
$150 on like 2 days of food from Whole Foods.
That's not 300.
He's right.
No,
That's
I know,
why-
but
yeah,
like
but
if I'm
for the
shopping
week.
for like 2 weeks.
For the week.
Oh, but you
for the
get
week,
like
Yeah.
grass-fed cow shit and.
Bro.
Well, you
Oh,
know,
yeah.
I bought my cow. I bought my cow for
You hear
$900
this?
bucks.
You hear this story,
Whoa,
JC?
wait,
You see?
hang on. Let's
Just
back
nuggets.
up. Number
Just
one,
dropping nuggets.
Number one, it's whole paycheck for a reason. So I
Yeah.
believe him.
Uh-huh.
I mean,
And then
it's
you
not
must be
that
balling
much.
on you must be balling on the East Coast, man. I must be in the wrong place, man.
Well, I moved to Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh is cheap.
Oh.
I'm getting the
Okay.
CDL.
This guy, you're actually doing it. But
Yeah, I mean,
just
like,
so we all know, why are you
can
doing
make
the
3
CDL?
grand- You can make $3 a week
Driving
doing
trucks.
Uber.
Driving trucks.
No, I mean just doing Uber in
Yeah.
Pittsburgh.
Okay.
$3 grand a week just. But for truck driving, it's different because then you can get your own business, like you know.
But you're
Yeah.
you're gonna be in a truck. How long? Like hours on end, right? Like you're going out of state every time, or
Well,
you're just doing
I
local?
mean, it's days. Like you do 3-4 weeks on, 1
Oh
week
fuck,
off.
dude. Oh
It's-
fuck.
But you can make like 250 grand in a year doing truck driving.
And aren't you like? Don't you go to the gym too? How are you gonna fit the gym in this?
Well, I mean,
Ah.
like, my gym isn't gonna be as much, but like you know, I go to Planet Fitness. They're everywhere.
Oh,
You just drive
okay.
your truck in.
Bro,
God
there's a shortage of truck drivers around the United States. So yeah, you can
Yeah,
you can
it's
bang.
good money.
Yeah, you
What are
can
you
bang.
talking about?
that.
There's a shortage. Why is there a shortage? Because of COVID?
Yes,
Or
my
just
friend.
because people have
because
retired?
The supply chain is
No,
getting destroyed.
The
Oh,
supply
okay.
chain. Unless you're Amazon, for some reason their supply chain is awesome.
Of course.
Well, that's
He
because
planned
they
ahead.
did the whole shit.
This
Exactly,
guy.
exactly,
Wait, now,
exactly,
first,
yeah.
is it Wuhan or is it Amazon? You got to make up your mind.
I said
You
Amazon.
can't
Well, I
believe
mean,
in all
it's
the
one-
conspiracies.
It's one thing.
This guy.
Whoa. I'm sorry. Wait, hang on.
No,
Hang
no.
on.
Nuggets,
Did I
sir,
miss it?
nuggets.
The
Did I miss
Wuhan
something?
is like that's the catalyst to shut it down.
Mhm.
But
Shut
like the-
Amazon down?
No, to shut down the supply chain so Amazon
Oh, the supply.
come in and
okay.
take it over.
There we go.
Like,
Oh,
they
okay.
killed- killed the small businesses.
Amazon did.
Well, I mean, not just Amazon, but the bigger businesses, like because
Walmart,
When you
Amazon.
go into like, look at what happened, right? So we had this government shutdown. The
Yes.
only way you can do a government shutdown is if you destroy the local community. Because if you would have tried this about 20 years ago, like if you would have told, like 20 years ago, if you're like, we're shutting down the churches and shit, like they would have just shot you in the face. But now there's no local community. So now, like say I come in, right, and I'm like, we're shutting down all the bars. So if the bars don't have a community, and like one bar owner is like, I'm not shutting down, they fuck him up. Like they'll kick down his door and throw him on the ground. But if
Okay.
every business in the community says no, they're not gonna close it down. So
Did we shut business down for public safety?
yeah, but it's so for one thing, that's illegal. Like it doesn't say in the Constitution you have the First Amendment right except for during the flu. You have
Okay,
the
but
right.
this is the worst than the flu. This is the worst than
No,
the flu.
yeah, but it doesn't matter. Like for in Pennsylvania specifically in our Constitution, it specifically states you cannot shut the state down for a pandemic. It says it like word for word. You can't do it. The
But
the
how
the,
old
the
is this
federal
Constitution?
government, huh?
How old is this Pennsylvania Constitution?
Since the
It's
state.
younger than the real Constitution, of course, because
Yeah.
around the same time.
But so you're telling me
Maybe
in
actually,
they
maybe
had
it'd be older.
in that Constitution 18 whatever or 19 whatever, they said pandemic.
Well, they said a natural, like you can't shut down the government for natural causes, like
Like hurricane, like tsunami,
yeah, it
A
whatever.
has to
natural
be
disaster is
unnatural.
a natural disaster is different than a pandemic, though.
Well, but it's still but I mean, straight out, you can't do it. Period. Like you can't shut down a church. The government has no authority to shut down a church in any circumstance. There's no circumstance where the government can shut down a church. It doesn't exist.
Okay, a church. I hear you,
Right?
but then
There's
government.
so there's no
Government buildings.
circumstance where you can the right to gather. There is no circumstance where you can break the Constitution. So you can't come in and say
We're
there's a
shutting it down
pandemic.
because of a
Yeah, so
pandemic.
you can't say there's a pandemic, so now you no longer have the right for freedom of speech
to
or
commerce or
the
whatever.
third amendment right, or the rights exist during the worst of times. Like they're not there just for the best of times. So a pandemic does not give the government a right to shut down.
But did it not happen? It happened though.
Well, yeah, the reason why it happened, the government broke the law. Like it's illegal. But if you don't have the way it works is like we have the Second Amendment, right?
Mm-hmm.
The Second Amendment is there to kill the government. If the government comes in and says, like if they introduce a law that's illegal, we have the Second Amendment to shoot them in the face. That's what it's for.
Hang on. Hold on. Wait.
We're going off the rails already.
I just want to get clear. So you're saying you're equating opening up businesses
being shut down
as First Amendment rights, like opening a business and gathering in a pub and a bar.
The federal government just doesn't have the authority to shut down the private sector. They don't have that authority.
I think they do.
No, they absolutely do not. Like I'm telling you, they don't.
I think that states' rights are not.
They're going to get sued for it, and they're losing in court already.
Here's the thing, folks.
They
both of you
do not have that authority.
I just want to say, both of you have computers.
Has that authority, right? The state government can do that. The local government can do that. The federal government does not have the authority to shut down the private sector. The federal government can shut down the federal government. So, like, say there's a pandemic, they're like, we're going to shut down the post office.
Okay.
They can do that.
I think I know what he's saying. But then again, it wasn't the federal government that shut the country down. They didn't. It was all individual states that did it.
Well, the federal government did a mandate. Some of the state governments went along, but specifically,
like Florida did not.
Right.
Yeah, well, but specifically Pennsylvania does not have the authority even on the state level to do it. Lots of other states don't have, like, so it's on a local, it's a local authority. You technically can do it on the local level, right?
Right.
So like Philadelphia could do it, but Pennsylvania can't do it to Philadelphia. But what happened was it was a top-down lockdown. So the state governments, the governors said the state is locked down. That's illegal.
So
Now,
who is suing the government of your state?
The government's getting sued, and they're losing. They're losing. Like, you can't. So for one thing, shutting down the churches, that's absolutely a no-no. You can never do that. There's no circumstance where you can shut down a church, no matter what. Like, it doesn't matter.
So they're suing the state of Pennsylvania. That's what you're saying.
Everyone's getting sued. Like, I mean, any business that was shut down,
is now suing.
Sue. Like, you know how they're giving people. They were giving tickets and stuff for people who are opening it up during pandemics. Like, all that's getting thrown out.
That's on a local level, though. That's all on a local level,
it doesn't matter what level it is. That those are all illegal. You can't do it. So they're gonna go into the courts and get thrown out. Now,
I understand what you're saying.
But the point is, the way it works is the only way they can do this is if they attack the local community. So if you have a strong local community, they can't shut down. They can't do shutdowns no matter what. Like, if Biden said, well, we're shutting down the country, right? If you had a strong local community, you would have just said no. And then if they would have come in, you would have you wouldn't have had to, but you would have killed them. Like, I mean, but they wouldn't have done it, because the cops are part of the local community. So if you have a strong local community, the governor would say, tell the cops to shut it down. The cops would say, go fuck yourself, because it's a strong community. Now, if you have but what's happening now is they're destroying the small businesses, right? So that's why you have companies like Amazon, Walmart coming in, because they don't care about the local community.
But they were doing that before the pandemic, correct?
Yeah, this has been going on for years. Like, they've been slowly destroying the local community.
You can say decades.
The way you destroy a local community, the easiest way is to attack the churches, because the churches are kind of like where the local community kind of forms around. So once you start attacking the churches, you start breaking down the local communities. Then you got like Amazon's coming in, right? So now, like, say you want to buy a wrench, right? You don't go to like Joe
Mom and Pop
down the street.
Don't go to Mom and Pop. Yeah.
Yeah, you go to Amazon. So now Joe he's closed. So that the local community is starting to fall away. So now you have the big corporations coming in, and they're not part of the local community. Like, they don't care about the community itself.
But that's been going on since Walmart.
Yeah, but it's not like it doesn't happen in 3 days. It happens over time. So that's why, like, well, yeah, but like, say if they would have tried to do a lockdown in the 80s, it wouldn't have happened. Like, the Americans would not have locked down.
Wasn't there AIDS in the 80s?
Well, I mean, yeah, but you didn't lock down the community. I mean, the thing is, if you would have said we're closing all the bars in the 80s, it wouldn't have happened. I mean, no joke, like, people would have gotten murdered. Like,
but I'm trying to think of other things that happened. Wasn't there like mad cow disease, swine flu?
I'm trying to figure out how we got into the supply chain issue. Now we're on this.
Well, but it's all that's all part of that's the whole thing. Like, they're destroying the supply chains for a reason. Like, so, like, now you have all the control is Amazon, right? And Walmart, they're the supply chain. So now all they have to do is shut it down.
Yes.
And they own you.
So your premise is that this pandemic was created to stop the supply chain?
Well, it was created
to destroy local business.
Yeah, to destroy the local sector, so that the government and the corporate sector could come in to fill the gaps, and now they own you. Like the same thing with the stimulus check, right? So now
which I have yet to get. I have not gotten my stimulus check. I haven't
Well, like
applied
You
for
didn't
it.
you didn't fill out your you didn't fill it
Exactly.
out, bro.
There you go. But
yeah,
my
but
whole
look
thing is
at
they don't control
unemployment.
me.
Like, but look at unemployment.
Um,
They're giving people $1,200 a
Yes.
week for
I see
unemployment.
it. I see it. I still haven't filed for it.
Yeah, but the point is, the reason why they're doing that is because now they own you.
Not
Because
me.
now you're
I'm telling you, not me.
no. I mean, but the community,
Yes.
like you are the community. You're part of the community.
Mm-hmm.
They own your neighbors.
Yes.
So now all the government has to do is like say like the government is like, if you don't start calling dudes who cut off their dicks girls, we're gonna take your money. We're gonna you can't.
wait.
No, I mean, but that's
Nate the
what they're
Great,
doing.
ladies and gentlemen. Nate the Great.
But that's what they're doing in they're doing that in Britain. They're putting people in jail for misgendering.
For
Okay,
calling
how do we
somebody
get
out
from
of their gender.
wait? How do we get from stimulus checks to
JC, just
misgendering?
roll with it.
Well, that,
Just
so
roll with it,
I'm
baby.
rolling it. Okay.
but
Don't
the
ask
I'm
questions.
trying
stimulus
Just
to
roll
counter.
with it, baby.
Okay, all
well,
right.
the stimulus check
Stick a
is
move.
it's like once you put the people on the government hit, right?
Yes,
You can control them.
control them.
Yeah, and they're doing it. Like if you look at Britain, if you misgender someone, they can put you in jail.
Okay.
Like if a guy cuts off his dick and says I'm a woman, and you say
Yes.
go fuck yourself, they can put you in jail for that.
How about you say go fuck yourself, ma'am? There you go.
Can I go back to the stimulus check? Number one, I got like 3 stimulus checks because wait, we talk about like the stimulus check. Yeah, I got
the
the 3
whole
of them.
unemployment
I
thing.
filed.
You're talking about unemployment ones. There's multiple checks.
Unemployment one. Okay.
Multiple checks.
But all of it. Like I'm not. I take the money too. Like I'm not. Like
Yes, guy.
I mean, I'm against reparations. But if the government's like, I'll give you like $30,000 because you're black. I'm like, yeah, give it.
Now he claims black.
No. Wait, hang on. That's not what happened. The stimulus checks were given by the government to help people that were struggling and were unemployed.
No, you want to know what happened? The stimulus check was given by the government. The government drove a fucking truck through your house, and your house bill is now. No. I mean, I'm just saying this is like a.
Metaphorically.
So the government drove a semi truck through your house. Your bill is $90,000 because you got to fix the house that the government just drove the semi through, and the government says, here, take $5,000 and be happy about it. Like that's what the stimulus check is. The government illegally shut down the private sector of America illegally.
Okay.
And then they think that like people lost like tens of thousands of dollars because the government illegally shut it down. Now the government is going to give you $3,000 after they illegally shut down your business.
Let me try to summarize. You're saying that because of the pandemic and the government shut everything down
illegally,
that is the truck you're referring to, and because the government shut it down, now they're trying to fix it by giving you like
they're not really trying to fix it. They're giving like you now have $90,000 of damage because the government drove a truck through your house, and then the government's giving you $5,000. But on top of that, they're giving Iran like fucking like $10 million, to fix like gender equality in Iran. You read the bill, right?
No, I don't.
I didn't read the bill either.
I
don't have time to read the bill. I'm working.
Well, I mean, they're giving Americans, $3,000 a check, right?
Yeah, hallelujah.
Yeah, but they're giving people in Iran like millions and millions of dollars for gender equality.
Because women get treated like shit. Because women get treated like. Because women are not equal to men in Iran.
But what the hell does that have to do with the stimulus bill for COVID?
Okay.
That's a good question. I kind of agree with him on that. Like, what?
I gotta agree with him. I agree
what
with
does the gender issue in Iran have to do with us?
Like, like LeBron James, he got like $150 million check government stimulus check.
What?
So did a lot of
Yeah,
a lot
like
of
all of
other
them?
businesses too.
yeah, a lot of them did, and like that's what's going on. So they gave like I mean they they shut down the government illegally, and then they're giving the people nothing, and then these companies that are taking over, they're giving them like $150 million. You know, it's a joke. They did it on purpose.
Okay. So you don't believe in the coronavirus? Then, is that what you're saying?
No, the virus is real,
The virus is
Oh,
real. Oh, okay. All right.
but
So,
they made it.
okay. So the U.S. made. So the U.S. made the coronavirus.
Oh
Who
no, I
made the
mean
coronavirus?
it's documented.
That.
The gain of function research at the Wuhan lab is documented. Like the
but
people
that
who
means it was
okayed.
created over there, not over here.
Yeah,
Right.
but the people who created it was Dr. Fauci. Like he's on
This
record.
guy.
Oh, Dr. Fauci created the
Well,
coronavirus.
no, I mean he approved the gain of function research in the Wuhan lab.
Him personally.
Like this is it's documented. It's not a conspiracy. Like
All right.
uh,
So
so
you're saying that this is a man-made virus? Is that what you're saying?
well, no, it
Not
is.
not just any
It's
man. Fauci.
documented. So
So
the Wuhan lab is a gain of function research, right? So they took a virus. So there's two possibilities, right? That
gotcha.
the virus uh, um, evolved naturally in nature,
I
right,
can't.
from these
I
bats.
can't.
All
Okay, I
right.
got you. I
I
got
need a
you.
So
beer.
the place
Be
where
right
the
back.
virus originated from, right? The
Yes.
bats live 1,000 miles away, and none of those bats have the virus, right? But
Okay.
in the place it originated, Wuhan, there's a gain of function research laboratory right there where they make novel coronaviruses.
Okay. They don't
Oh,
just study
oh,
them. They don't
huh?
just study them. They make
No,
them.
no. Well, they make them to study them.
Gotcha.
So like I don't know if you know this, but this is how they do a virus. Like so, if you're studying the bird flu, right?
Yeah.
The bird flu, say it affects birds, and you want to know how long it's going to take to affect humans,
Right.
you you jump the evolution of the virus in the lab
All right.
just so you can see how long it would take naturally for this to happen.
And are you saying that he? So okay. So let's just say you're correct on that point.
It's documented.
How
This is
how
documented.
so you think that he purposely
No, so
leaked it?
this is where it gets like that. That's where
Murky.
you start. Yeah, getting into murky water. Now it's for sure they have plans of doing
Hello,
this
casuals. I
of
can't even
pulling
pronounce your
the
last name.
local, huh?
If you're on Twitch, you should see somebody came in said
Message.
hello. I
Oh
I
What's
hey,
up? What's up? What's up?
like so
Bashala
we
Plaklar.
know that
I don't know your
they
name.
plan to do this destroy the local communities because this is just the plan. It's always been the plan. Like this is why they're attacking the local governments and the churches and stuff. And there's always been talk about this virus thing. No one knows if now if they can prove that they released the virus on purpose, then we just go to World War III. Like
This
that's
guy, you've
totally
been talking
different,
about
right?
World War III for
No,
months.
but
It's
but
scaring me. Please stop,
but
Nate.
for a
Please,
fact,
Nate, don't hurt him.
they did make the virus. The virus is made. Now, what could have happened is they just in China they have very poor protocols.
Safety standards. Gotcha.
Yeah, so like possibly it got out by accident. But even though but even that, so it got out by accident. They knew that they were making these viruses, right? And
Okay.
they didn't tell America about them for about 5 or 6 months. Like remember Ebola coming out of Africa? The second there was an Ebola outbreak, the African authorities were like, "Yo, dude, America, we got Ebola coming." and we knew about it, and
Well,
we
what do you
shut it
go
down,
by?
right?
I need a shorter name for you. KB? I'll call you KB. If you're on Twitch, you know that there's somebody in here actually listening to us. So we
Oh,
have
well,
somebody in
that's
here.
but we do know for a fact. Like, I mean, it's like, it's not like 100% fact, but it's almost certain that they made the coronavirus because it's a
Okay,
gain of
okay.
function research. Like, we know they were doing the research. We know that Dr. Fauci himself approved the research. The research was happening in the Wuhan Corona lab, and
Okay.
that's where the virus got out, right? So we know that for
Okay.
sure. Now,
Okay.
no one's gonna say without proof that they did on purpose, because if they released it on purpose, like, it's not even a joke. That's World War III, because that means China. That's basically like they shot a nuclear weapon at America.
Yeah.
So like,
No
Do you
Loki.
think
You're on
do you think
YouTube, I
only
think.
do
But
you
yeah,
think it's
no Loki.
only at America or the whole world's affected?
Loki will be later.
well, yeah, but
Right now we're doing
America
serious
world, at
topics.
that point, it doesn't matter. That's the definition of World War III. That's the world, that's war. Like, if China released it on purpose, that's an act of actual war, where we go to real war. Like, we take bombers and planes and troops and go into China, and like, we go to war.
And
That's what
and
that
China
would be.
released it on their own people, killed hundreds of thousands of people in China.
That's
China
my
kills their own
confusion.
people all the time.
Say that one more
China,
time.
like, China kills their people all the time. Like, China doesn't care about their people. Like, they care about the higher ups, but they kill their people all the time.
But
They starve them.
if the
They've got
lower
slaves in
people
China, like real
die,
slaves.
if the lower people die, who's supposed to help the higher ups?
Yeah,
So they
who's
have to
gonna
care about
fight-
them.
Who's going to fight this war?
Well, I mean, they're not going to kill them all, but then,
This
like,
guy.
China kills
They,
millions of people. Like, they starve them. China has slaves. You know that, right?
Hell, there's
that's a
slaves in
different topic.
America. What are we talking?
That's a different topic.
No, I'm just saying.
That's a different topic.
But I mean, I'm not saying like China has like slaves with low labor. China has actual slaves, like Uyghur slaves that build their shit. Like, China is not.
They're a marginalized community.
But the point is, like, China is not known for human rights. Like, they'll kill their own people.
I understand that too.
Yeah, so. Like, I mean, you can't say like, oh no, China wouldn't kill like 10,000 people to give a virus to America. Of course they would, because like,
you
that's
keep
how
saying
China.
you keep saying America. This thing hit all
Worldwide.
over the world,
yeah, like it was.
Yeah, I know,
why?
but
It was just targeted.
What the fuck, dude?
Yeah, but they're attacking America.
They're attacking
Because
everybody.
America-
They want to be.
No,
Everybody.
it's
They
not
want,
so
like-
when people say that America is like the king of the world, it's not like some little joke. Like, America is we control everything. So now.
The world
So
started
say
asking
if
questions
the-
to them.
if the food
Oh,
supply chain
KB,
right now, right?
you're going
If the-
along with this man?
Well, no, there's
No,
there's
I'm talking about KB, the guy in here. He's like,
Oh.
yeah, it's
On
time
the-
we
on
started
Twitch.
asking questions.
On Twitch.
If you're on Twitch, you'd
Oh,
realize you have a
there's no,
fan, Nate the Great.
But there's no real debate on whether or not the virus was man-made. It was. They have documents. It's gain of function research. They were doing it. The lab, like, the virus is named after the gain of function research lab. Like, Jon Stewart made a joke about it. Like, he's like, it's called the novel Wuhan coronavirus, and the lab is the novel Wuhan coronavirus lab. Like, I mean, it was man-made. Now the question is whether or not it was man-made and released on purpose
Or
Yeah,
accidental.
but your whole premise was that somebody released it to interrupt the supply chain.
Well, like, so it was. The question is
In
whether
America.
or not they released it on purpose, and then they had the plan, or if it was released by mistake, and then they activated the plan.
Like, activated the virus, you mean?
No, like, so
No,
they have a plan of
the major
taking
plan.
out, like, taking out the small businesses and controlling the supply chains. So the question is, did they release the virus to activate the plan, or did they see the virus get leaked and then said, let's activate the plan?
Ah.
So
Oh,
like those two, they're it's a small distinction, but it does matter because one is taken like they saw a chaotic event and they took their opportunity, which a lot of people did. Like I bought
And and
bitcoins,
and and
and
I,
a lot of people made money because that's what you do. You see a lot of shit happening and people are suffering, and you're like, I can take advantage of that and make money.
I would like to
That's what.
say this happened under your boy's watch, not Biden.
Well,
what boy? What boy? What boy?
I don't speak his
Trump.
name. I don't speak his name. Agent
That
Orange.
boy.
Well,
Agent
okay, but
Orange. I'll
this,
call him
yeah,
Agent
I mean,
Orange.
Yeah.
like
Yo, yeah, we
it
can't speak his
happened.
name.
It did
Rhymes with
happen.
my head wrap.
It did happen against Trump, and Trump, he did make mistakes, but he
Oh,
was doing better than Biden's doing now. Like the
This
whole
oh,
guy.
like
he.
now, I want you guys to understand that Dr. Fauci in 1980 wrote an article. I've read it many times. You know what the article says?
I don't know.
Masks
Blonde is
do not
in.
work. Dr. Fauci wrote an article saying masks do not work. He wrote it, and then like to implement this mask policy where they know the masks don't work. Like I mean, like Joe Biden walking around wearing masks, that was absurd. The masks don't do anything. Like
Mass do work.
everyone,
Mass do work.
huh? No,
Mass do
they
work.
no, like the way it works. So here's how a mask works. Like, so you're like, when you're in an operation room, right? So
Yes.
when a doctor goes into an operation room, they
Yes.
sterilize the entire room, right?
Yes.
Then
Yeah.
the doctor washes his hands. Then they place
Yes.
rubber gloves on his hand. They place a
Yes.
gown over his body, and then they put the
All right.
face mask over him. Then it works.
Yes.
As soon as that doctor
Yeah.
is done, the second he
Yes.
walks out of that room, what does he do? He gets rid of the mask and the gloves and the gown. Now,
Okay.
if you were to do that, so say you walk into a new room and you wash your hands, then you put on the face mask. You walk into
Yeah.
this room and then you do your
Yeah.
shit. And then when you leave the room, you take the mask off, wash your
Yeah.
hands, maybe put on another mask. That
Yeah.
might help a little bit. But let's look at what people do, right? So they take the mask, they put it on their face,
Yeah.
wear the mask all day. They rub shit with their hands, they touch the mask, then they
Yeah.
take the mask off, and then the next day
Okay.
they take the same mask and they put it on
Okay.
their face, and then they walk
Okay.
around. That actually makes it worse because what a mask is, it collects germs. So what you're
Okay.
doing is you're wearing a germ collector on your face for weeks. You're touching it without washing your hands. Like that's
You're
not
wearing it.
helping.
You're wearing this. You're wearing the same mask for a week. Is that what you're saying?
Well, I mean, when you look at people, like I'm talking about average in America. When you look at how
I think it
people
was
are using,
average, yeah. I think the average did that. But this is all past tense.
No.
You don't think
yeah,
the
Oh,
no,
average
no,
American did
hang
that?
up. No.
I think the average
You
American
don't
did
wear
that.
the.
no, no.
Keep in
Here's
mind, Nate,
I work
Nate,
with
Nate,
like
keep in mind, JC works at a hospital. So his average and our average are different.
oh yeah, well, so you're talking about a hospital setting where you guys know how to wear masks. You wash your hands. You put on clean masks. Normal people do not do that for a fact. Like
Yeah.
they're wearing
Yeah. But.
cloth masks.
Yeah.
Like
But
most
Nate. Oh,
people
okay.
are,
Well. You, we're in the same mask for a week. I hear you saying.
yeah,
But
most
Nate,
people
what
are
does
wearing
it?
the
What?
same one.
Why would a surgeon wear a mask in an operating room in the first place? What is the purpose of him wearing a mask in the operating room?
Well, it's
So
so
what? So
that
what?
he doesn't affect the patient.
Exactly. So then that's all the
But
mask does. It's preventing you from infecting somebody else.
yeah, but
Even if you touch the outside of the mask, it's not going to change the fact that
And
you cannot
well, but
breathe out
it's gonna
on.
like you're affecting yourself though. You're rubbing the shit on
and
yourself.
That's a.
full
And
disclosure,
in Dr. Fauci's report himself, he said, if you wear the mask, right? and you say you wear the mask, wash your hands, wear the mask, immediately take off the mask and put on a new mask. You have about he said it was around 80%,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
Effective.
Here's one
But
thing.
he said if you don't, it drops immediately down to 30% effective. And then he said if you wear the same mask more than one day, you actually increase your chances of getting sick.
Now here's one thing. Here's one thing.
Go ahead.
Out of the three of us, please raise your hand if you got COVID. Let me see that hand. There you go. The guy who says the mask don't work, who didn't wear the mask that much, got fucking COVID.
Because that's how you do it. When there's a virus, you have your chickenpox party, you get the chickenpox, you get your immunity.
But you didn't get it on purpose. I know you didn't get it on purpose, Nate. So don't act like, that was my plan.
Super spreader.
What was that super spreader? A MAGA rally. The million man MAGA rally for that matter. So once again,
there was
you doubled down.
2-3 million of us. Like no one wearing masks. It was great.
Nate doubled down. Double down, Nate. That's your new nickname. 2N.
No, I mean, but it's like the flu, though. I mean,
that was not the man I heard. Who sounded like he was on his deathbed. You damn near give me your will. Oh, if I don't make it. It's over.
It's like the flu. I mean, during the flu season, most likely you might get the flu. I mean, there's not much you can do. I mean, technically, if this was a case, everyone should be wearing masks all the time.
They still want us to wear masks. I refuse. I'm like, dude, I'm fully vaxxed.
I mean, that's what I'm
good.
Saying.
Is he vaxxed? Is he vaxxed?
Oh, hell no. This man would not get vaxxed.
Oh, Lord.
Are you vaxxed?
No, yeah. There's no fucking way I'll get vaxxed, man.
I didn't even need to ask you. I already knew you were going to say hell no. I already got it.
I'm not going to kill someone to not wear a mask. But if the government came to my house with vaccine needles, there's only two things that's gonna happen. Either they're gonna murder me or I'm gonna murder them. There's no other situation.
How do we get here?
Needle,
I don't know.
We're changing the name to how do we get here? What?
Hey, that's actually a really good name.
Can I make one? Raise your hand if you've worked in the presence of COVID patients, at least once a week.
No,
for 12 hours, and still haven't caught COVID. Because I wear a mask. Just saying.
Yeah, but I mean, the truth is, I'd rather get it and get the immunity.
It doesn't last forever.
Well, I mean, if it doesn't last forever, then the vaccines don't work. But I'll just keep getting it. It's just like the flu, man.
Yeah.
I got it.
All right.
I mean, I had COVID. It was like an ass pimple. It kind of sucks, but it goes away.
A 2-week ass pimple.
We've been talking about this for an hour.
Yes.
We haven't even gotten to a topic yet.
I know. These are the rails, folks.
This hasn't got to a topic.
I wanted to jump in with LeBron James. Hey, speaking of LeBron James, who you got for the NBA Finals?
You guys give me 5 minutes so I can fill up my scotch.
5 minutes.
Okay. No, well, we can talk. That's fine. But then we can talk.
Yeah.
So there we go. Let's bring.
2 minutes. I just gotta grab ice.
Yes, do what you gotta do, man.
Scotch isn't good for you, brother.
Nate the Great. Indeed.
You need to drink that clear liquor. Clear.
Oh, this guy. Hold on, you're getting it. No, you're getting it. So 2 minutes.
No. Go
get it.
Go ahead.
Yes.
Go ahead. Sorry.
But all right. So JC, like we were talking. Oh my God. Blood clots. I know it was a Zoom call, but dude, Nate, you see him in all his glory. You did that on purpose. He did it on purpose.
No, he ain't know. Oh my God! Wow, this is. I didn't know.
I just saw the replay.
The time just flew by.
Can I get 2 minutes? So yeah, welcome folks This is the Gamer and the Gator podcast, and we got Birth of a Heathen here. We've got my lovely friend Nate the Great, who didn't know he was going to be doing so.
Oh man,
Oh,
maybe I
Nate.
should have got some. Maybe I should got some whiskey too, man.
We're not worthy. I mean, I'm drinking a beer, but you don't drink, so.
Well,
But yeah.
I haven't drank it. I've errands
I
to
don't
run
understand
tomorrow,
why you don't drink. Like after, like you don't drink because
just kill me.
then drink better beer or drink better wine.
No,
the better stuff doesn't give you hangovers.
Yes, it does.
We're not talking about Pabst Blue Ribbon. I'm talking about like good quality stuff. No, if you drink the right type of stuff, then have an edible. Then you don't have it. Have an edible.
I'm gonna be sleeping all day.
With an edible?
Might be allergic.
Okay, have an edible then.
No. Edibles. It's not illegal. I'm kidding.
Welcome back. Have you zipped up your pants? I just want to know. Because if I got like 18, 16-year-olds in here, they're mommy, what's that?
As far as the NBA. As far as the NBA
you haven't seen? There's going to be a champion of a team that hasn't won in probably like 20 to 30 years, if that. We got the Suns out of the West, and then Bucks and
the NBA when they
Falcons.
start becoming queers.
Oh, now you're insulting people now. Uh-oh.
It's a league of queers.
Just say woke.
Anyways,
when they start becoming woke. Woke.
Yeah, as far as the NBA playoffs, I actually have looked through the roster of all teams.
Why did you over-examine? That's over-examine.
The only person I recognize is Chris Paul.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
So who are you rooting for?
The Phoenix Suns all the way.
The Suns are in the playoffs?
Yes.
I know, right? I was thinking the same thing.
And they're rocking
things. We can agree on that one. And see, we can agree on that.
Well, right now it remains to be seen. You got Atlanta with Trae Young, who was injured and now came back, and then Giannis is now injured. Who knows when he's coming back? Like what I find interesting is like every team, the major star has been injured like within the playoffs. If they made it to the playoffs, the major star is injured. It's like what the fuck, dude? It's like I think they came back way too early after last season.
Maybe because of the fact that they're the draw, so they're the money, and so they might be
always expected to play or play harder
because or come back because people are paying money to see them.
I mean, people are paying money to see the damn team.
Maybe it's because they're a bunch of queers and they don't know how to play through injuries like in the old days.
But that's all players. That's all players now. Now I don't know about what was Kawhi under minute restrictions and what was the thing that he was saying? Kawhi Leonard was doing something like not just minute restrictions, but it was like I don't know. Anybody?
Wait, can I wait? I don't remember that, but about the whole playing while hurt, do you think it's smart to play while you're injured and then risk
injuring yourself?
Your career injury worse for the next year?
Well,
instead of healing?
I mean,
pretty sure Michael Jordan didn't take that many games off.
Yeah, you gotta win. Who gives a fuck about your career? You make $1 million. What $1 million for 1 year is good enough. Just win your championship and go home.
If they all could do that, they all can't do that though.
Okay, all right. Y'all can't do that. Not all of them can.
Well, and you shouldn't play injured. I mean, it's play.
I agree. Hurt,
Thank you.
Right.
I'm being I'm being a little bit of dick. Like no one's
a little bit
injured. If you're
that's uncircumcised right there.
Like you know that old story that there was a dad. He has a daughter. The wife is died, right? So he's raising.
I don't know where this is going.
Well, he's raising the daughter by herself. And the daughter has her period, and the dad goes, just go rub some dirt in it and get back in the game.
And
that's just it's just the. I don't know that. That was a joke,
wow.
But it's
that's why I'm the comedian, and you're the writer.
But just saying. I don't know. They're not
all
as
in the
tough
delivery.
Anymore. when
But
you
the
look at
rules
like
don't make them tough either. It's like the rules are like actually making them softer. It's like any little blow or anything is like they go down. It's like what the hell? They're like soccer players.
yeah, I know,
You
like
guys understand this is all a money situation, because if your star player gets injured and gets injured again, no one's going to come to the games
it
if
doesn't
your
matter.
star attraction.
The
But it does.
NBA is
People
the NBA is dying anyway. Like I mean,
Dying. They're like one
the
of the most thriving
dying.
freaking
no, I mean
organizations.
they're going like the social justice thing is
Mhm.
gonna kill the sports. Is I like the NBA might survive a little longer, but the
Social
NFL is definitely
justice.
gonna get eaten.
NFL,
Cause like,
yes.
Are we on? Oh, wait. Hold
I
on.
don't
Are we
know. We
on
keep
social
jumping
justice?
around.
Jumping
well,
around.
no,
Well,
I'm.
okay.
It's,
Let's have a little bit more format. A little bit.
all right.
One thing. My friend Nate, did you play a sport in high school?
Yeah, I play football.
You played football. So you played
Yeah.
injured or you played hurt or both?
Both ways.
Well, yeah, I play
Full
like
contact.
with a separated shoulder.
You did.
Yeah, and like every time I would get hit, my whole body would go numb and I would throw up.
Oh
What
God.
the fuck?
God.
Okay, hold on. Full disclosure. Nate, please point where your shoulder is. I don't think you know where your shoulder is. Oh, okay. Just making sure. Okay.
No, I mean when I
Well,
play.
Nate, you weren't getting paid. If you were getting paid $2 million to play a year, but yet you were guaranteed $1 million if you were injured. But then if you don't play at all, then following year you get nothing.
Well,
What
I
would
mean,
you do?
but football is a little different because basketball, I don't know how it works, but there's no such thing as not hurt in football. Like, you're hurt. You're always hurt.
Yeah, you could be hurt, but if you have a separated or a fracture,
Well, so
you can't play.
No, it depends on like if the injury, if playing with the injury will be detrimental or not. Like you can be like Tom Brady was injured all last season, right?
So he says.
Well, no, I mean if he said like they might actually get fined for it because
Yeah.
it's illegal.
That's what I've been
it's
hearing
illegal
too.
not to list it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Tom Brady, his knee, he had a torn knee, but playing on it isn't gonna make it worse. It's not gonna heal either. So
Yeah.
like that's
Thank you.
Yeah,
All right.
so
Glad we agree on that one.
but you take that into account, right? So if I have an injury, right, and I can
Yes.
win, but it's not gonna make me worse after this. I can fix it after this. But if it's just not gonna heal now, right? But it's
Right.
not gonna make me worse.
But it could ruin your next year.
Well,
Like it could
Or
ruin
career
your
as
next
well.
season.
no, but
And
Year
your
end
career.
career.
No, what I'm saying is it's not gonna ruin your career because what your choice is, you either stop playing now and heal,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
or stop
yes.
playing at the end of the season and heal. But those like 6-7 months that you're gonna be healing, you're gonna lose them either way. So you're saying, should I lose them now, this season, or should I lose them at the beginning of next season? But I can win this season. Then you take that into account.
Or you could get injured and your whole career is done. Period.
Well, no, I mean, but you'd know, like, the doctors, NFL doctors are like, I mean, they're as good as it gets.
All right. Okay. Okay.
You'll
all
know,
right.
like they'll tell you what's going on. Like they're like, so if you keep playing on it, it's not gonna make it worse. Or if you keep playing on this, you have potential to ruin, like to never be able to play again. They would be able to tell you those two situations.
So we can agree that if you were to play on an injured ankle, which could end your career if you keep on playing it, you agree that you should not play until
Well,
it's
no,
fully healed.
you take it into account. Like, so say
Right.
what if you're
I'm giving you the scenario.
well, yeah, but like
Let's say
say you're in that situation, but you're a
Yes.
17-year vet, and this is your Super Bowl year, right? You can win the Super Bowl this year, but you're playing on this injury. But if this injury could possibly put you out for the rest of your career, but you can win the Super Bowl this year.
I had to look it up. I'm talking
You
about
might-
load management. Kawhi
You
Leonard
might
does
do
load
that.
management type stuff. That's what I meant.
What is that?
You
Load
mean
Oh,
management.
oh, you're
When he,
talking to
yeah.
someone else.
No, I'm talking to
his,
you.
his
When I was
injury?
talking about what
All right.
Kawhi Leonard would do, he did the load management. So like certain games, he'd actually just take off. Like okay, plays for like 10 minutes of a regular season to save himself for the playoffs. That's
Well,
what I was
that's
talking about.
Shaq.
Yeah.
Shaq was known for doing that.
Shaq was known for doing that. I never heard them
Yeah, yeah.
ever talk
Shaq
about Shaq.
took off
But
Yeah,
the
yeah,
regular
yeah,
but I
season.
guess
yeah.
because he won so many rings.
Yeah, like he would take off
Okay.
the regular season all the time, and
Hmm.
then come in the playoffs and just kill people.
Yeah, but that's a smart thing to do, though. And to me, makes sense.
But I
That
mean
is smart
now
To
it's
me,
like Kawhi Leonard's getting kind of tarnishing his legacy for it. Because I mean
Yeah, but they're
he
not
just got
playing.
injured right now. So
But
I
the
mean
the
even with the load
basketball
management, he
players
still got
now,
injured.
they're not playing as hard as
Uh
like Jordan days. Like Jordan days, they were playing like
huh.
basket hockey.
they
Like
were
all
playing.
they
right,
were
all
They were
right.
like
playing. They were playing
Well.
balls to the wall, literally,
yeah, like
Issue,
they were
with those
issue.
playing.
short shorts.
We,
What?
this guy, we almost came to an agreement until you interrupted.
Oh, sorry. I missed the
You
magical
almost
moment.
came. No, it's okay. It's okay. It's cool. It's cool.
Oh, you mean on the
But
injury thing?
yeah, you somewhat agree with me, but you want to add
Yeah, yeah,
another layer to it. You want to add like, oh, it's the last season. Like, no, like what if it's your
yeah.
first season?
No, no. I mean, but you always have like every decision in life. Like I say, it doesn't even matter. Even if you're going to rob a bank, right? It's
Gotcha.
risk versus reward. You say, what do I risk?
I'd never thought
What is my
about robbing a
reward?
bank.
No, I mean, if you're gonna go rob a, hey guys out there, if you're gonna rob a bank, do a risk versus reward analysis. Like, look at the reward. If the reward is $10,000, it's not
Yes.
worth the risk because the risk is your life in
And make
jail
sure you're
or
not black.
your life, right?
Just saying.
Yeah.
So
Make
like,
sure you're not black.
but every decision you ever make, ever should be risk versus reward, and like what is a championship worth? Like, I mean. A championship could be worth it could be worth your
You
career.
know what? You
I
know
mean,
what? Ever so once, you're right, brother. You're right. You're right on that one.
Wow.
You're right on that one.
Two agreements in one night?
Yeah,
What's going
you're
on?
right.
Is there
You're
full
right on
moon
that
out
one.
there?
You're right on that one, though. He's right.
I think it's an eclipse.
But I mean, do I dare ask him about the whole reparations topic, or does he seem to be?
If
well,
you want,
the
do we want to
problem.
go there today?
He brought it up. He brought it up.
Well, there's a couple of problems with reparations. One is most white people in America, like I think it's 50% have it like 20% black in them. So
Okay.
like, do they get reparations? Then
20%
like
of reparations?
well then you look at Obama, right?
Oh.
Obama he's black, but no one in his past was ever a slave. He has no slave ancestry.
Yes, same here. My parents are
So
first generation African Americans.
yeah, so does
So,
Obama get? Well,
or I'm
Obama
a
could
first
actually
generation
have
African American.
the ancestry, but it would be from his white side. Like maybe his white mom's side has a black slave ancestry, but it's not from his dad's side. So does he get reparations, right?
Oh.
And then you have other aspects, right? So there was already reparations, right? So we
When were
have
there
to look at that.
reparations? 40 acres
Well, I
and a
mean,
mule, you mean?
well, that 40 acres of a mule, that's reparation, but also affirmative action is also reparation. Affirmative action is legalized racism. Government systematic legalized racism.
No,
Right?
no,
I mean,
brother.
You want to fight it? You want to fight it?
Brother,
like,
brother,
just,
Gotta wave a flag.
but just look.
Challenge.
Well, no, but when you do affirmative action, right, you are looking at race,
Yes,
right?
this
So
is true.
that is
Yes.
racism. So that's systematic racism, government sanctioned systematic racism for the point of reparation. Because
JC,
you're
look like you
saying
got to
that
say something. Looks like you want to say something,
Do
JC.
you know? But do you know why affirmative action was enacted in the first place?
the civil rights or affirmative action.
Affirmative action
Action was what
was
to,
created in the
to,
first place.
to equalize the schools, right?
Equalized jobs.
Segregate? You mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jobs and
But
everything.
what I'm saying is that
College.
is reparations.
Yeah,
That's
but
the definition.
Yeah, but do you know why they had to do that?
Well, they had to do because there was systematic racism. Like no one's
Okay, all right. I mean, wow, this
right
is
in the
all right.
past.
Okay, all right.
The problem with
360, baby, 360.
the problem with people now is they're saying systematic racism now, right?
Yeah. Okay.
There's no systematic racism now. There was systematic racism in the past. No,
No.
systematic
Hold on.
racism.
Before we get to
Systematic.
CRT, please
Oh no, we
let's
can't.
save
We
that.
can't.
We gotta save that one. I want
Listen,
that
yeah.
discussion for its own
We
fucking
gotta.
Like
podcast.
think about it.
We,
Can you like the first time in human history, in written known human history, where a racial minority was voted to lead, like as a democratic leader over the racial majority? It's never happened.
just because one person was able to be
But the
president
point
doesn't
is,
mean
it's never
doesn't mean
happened.
that the system.
It
It
never
does not
happened in the
necessarily mean
history
that.
of mankind.
I
In the history of
I
mankind.
hear you.
What?
It happened twice
What?
in America. Now, can you really say that a minority, and it's just like, but there's other examples, but
When
like
you say
the
when you're
rich,
calling
the
Obama, you're
richest
calling
women.
Obama a minority, correct?
Well, yeah, he's definitely racial minority.
But it's like he's maybe what? Let's say
One out of
75% black, because he's got all
Well,
other
he's
kind.
50.
He's also Hawaiian. Okay, so it's like
He's
he's
mixed race.
50% black. He's also
No,
Hawaiian.
but
He's also
he's
this,
still
that.
a minority. But all those things are
No,
minorities.
yeah, he's saying what I think what he's trying to say is that because
He was
Obama black,
he was elected. That means now there is no
elected, so
social.
now
No. What I'm saying,
racism is over.
no.
That's it. We won.
You're taking two different things. Systematic racism and racism are two different things. Racism is natural and it will never end because it's in-group, out-group bias. It's like it's just part of the human experience.
I agree with that.
All right.
You don't
Okay,
agree with that,
all right.
JC? You agree with it or not?
I have to think about it. I'm listening.
Oh,
But systematic racism is you're saying the system. It's the whole system, right? Now, like you can't have it both ways, right? Like you can't have Joe Biden saying systematic racism in America and Joe Biden is the whitest white person to ever live, you know? He's the male whitest white person ever telling you that there's systematic racism. Like, you know, like if that happened, you just smack that dude in the face.
Wait, you're saying that just because he's white, he can't recognize that there's systematic racism?
No, I'm saying that like it's absurd. It's absurd having a guy, the whitest white guy, with the
right, with the whitest hair, right?
Yeah, telling you that it's systematic racism. Like that's weird. Like so you
why?
have
Wait.
like,
but I'm just, but brother, what I'm trying to say is that just because he's white, he can't recognize it. He can't see it. It doesn't exist.
He can't talk about it.
I'm just saying it's absurd. It's just absurd. It's like all right, you have Oprah Winfrey, right, talking to Meghan Markle,
Meghan Markle,
and Michelle Obama, talking about how America is racist.
Yes.
3 richest people in America, all black.
Okay. Yes.
Talking about how America is racist.
And they're
that's absurd.
No, they're rich despite the fact that America is racist.
No,
despite.
No, this is what people don't get. Systematic racism means that
all of the race would be held down.
Like if
no,
I'm like true. Like put it this way. Look at when there was systematic racism, right? The Jim Crow South, right?
Right. Yeah.
Jim Crow South was systematic racism. Now, in the Jim Crow South,
yes,
could you have the 3 richest women in the Jim Crow South be black?
Well, no.
Could that have ever happened?
How are they the 3 richest women? Hold on. How are they the 3 richest women though?
Black women. He said that because they're rich.
I think Oprah is the richest woman in America.
Okay.
His premise is that because those 3 black women are rich, that America cannot be systematically racism. But then again, what percentage of people, black people in the United States, have as much money as about 0.000090009%.
But you gotta take it to the bigger picture, right? The white people.
It is a
right?
big picture. That's a big picture.
All right. For one thing, the richest people in America aren't even white. The richest race in America is Asian. It's documented. Asian is the richest race in America. Now you got Asians saying that America is racist towards Asians. They're the richest subclass in America. The
They might have brought in money from outside, brother. They could have been. They could have.
They're not bringing money from outside. That's not what's happening. The money is here. We're the richest country in the world by far. It's not even close. It's us. America is the richest country in the world. The poorest people in America are richer than 99% of the world. These stats are real. Now, these Asians that are the richest race in America aren't rich because of money from another country. They're rich because of American money, because America is where all the money is. So the richest race in America is trying to say that America is racist against them. Like, that's absurd.
How do you jump from black folks to the Asian folks? That's what I'm trying to say.
Well, I mean, but when you're saying...
brother, you mentioned Oprah Winfrey, and you mentioned Meghan Markle, and you mentioned
When you're saying systematically racist, are you just saying America is just systematically racist against black people? Is that your statement?
A lot of marginalized people, Asian people.
So that's why I brought in.
Oh, okay.
All right. Now, but like if you look at Jim Crow South.
Yes.
I'm speechless. I really
ever
can't get a word in.
Oprah Winfrey, Michelle Obama, and Meghan Myrtle or whatever.
Markle.
They wouldn't have existed.
Put some spec on her name.
Right. Those three people would not have existed. The reason why they would not have existed is because it was systematically racist. Like if
but so you're saying that now we're not systematically racist anymore
because 10% of the black race 0.0%. Now that means 99% of the shit doesn't exist.
Not systematically racist because I'm.
Thank you for the follow, GZ.
Grew up in America.
For easy.
I don't know that I've seen any situations which I could say it was systematically. There was a system.
You're saying that there's no system. You never been. Wait, you haven't had any racism towards you ever.
No. We're talking.
I know.
Keep in mind.
We've been at this for about an hour.
We're saying systemic, right? So when you say systemic, it's a bigger meaning. So
if you just say racist, then we're good.
No,
because the place is racist.
In America, of course there are, right? But if you're saying is racism systemic, that means like it's implemented on a system, right?
And
so,
that's where we're gonna table this conversation because I do want to have a conversation about CTR. I want to table this conversation. So let's get on to the juicy stuff. Let's get on to the Jello pops and the Jello shots.
Yes.
Let's talk about Bill Cosby getting out of jail.
I have to do
on a technicality.
I have to do the disclaimer because
well, I'm glad you're here.
Come over my house all the time.
Exactly.
And buy me video games.
You hear that, JC?
Oh, wow.
So he's in his corner.
Amazing.
I know.
We should started with that.
I mean, on my intros, it's in the middle. But either way, we would have talked about Bill Cosby an hour and a half ago.
Let's take away before anything with Bill Cosby. First, take away the actual all the noise and actually talk about what happened.
Yes.
There was a plea deal, right? The plea deal is it's sacred. If you cannot believe in a plea deal, the justice system gets shut down. Like the justice system cannot work without plea deals.
Mm-hmm.
I understand. I agree.
Now, Bill Cosby had a plea deal. A plea deal is set in stone. The DA said he made the plea deal, so there's no question about the deal itself.
Yes, that's very
They
true.
went,
Jay-Z
It's
right?
true.
DVR.
It's true.
So they
It's
went
D
true, brother.
against
forever.
they reneged the plea deal, and not only did they charge him, which was part of the plea deal that they wouldn't charge him. The deal was that he would give testimony for the civil trial that he didn't have to do. But if he did this, they would not charge him criminally, right? Not only did they charge him criminally, they used the testimony in the civil trial to convict him. Now that
He's right.
that
He's
just
right about that.
that
He's right
that
about
alone, and people aren't
I
talking
know.
about that. Like that was
He's right, but
that's
he's
like
wrong.
a travesty.
that.
But
No, he's
that
right.
alone,
He. Yeah, but brother, I mean, you're right.
He did some fucked up shit.
He did, and
Bill
he
Cosby
admitted
did some
to,
fucked up shit.
well, yeah, but the
and
thing is,
he admitted to it, and he admitted to
but
it. You feel me?
yeah, but he didn't admit to it. If
Under
he
oath.
didn't have
He
a plea
did
deal.
admit to it.
He
But
He
because
did.
he had
He
a
did
plea
he
admit
deal.
to it.
forfeited his
No, but the reason
not
why
Miranda
he
rights,
admitted to
but
it
his
was because of the plea deal, right?
yeah.
No, but brother Nate, what I'm saying is that yeah, I agree. If he had immunity from his plea deal in 2006, 2007, yeah, he shouldn't be charged again for it. But ethically, he still admitted to doing it. Yes.
Well, yeah, but it's not
Hold
ethically
on.
because the only
Hold
reason.
on. I gotta read what Jay-Z. I can't even say his name. JD Forever said, "We're really sitting here feeling sorry for Cosby. He did some things. Okay, the statute passed, but he deserves those 2 years. Did he not
No,
deserve
he's
those
gonna.
2
sorry
years?
for him.
No,
I
he's
think he deserves the
Bill.
2 years.
Bill Cosby is gonna sue the shit out of the government. They're
But he's
gonna have to pay him millions of
150
dollars.
years old. Do you think he's gonna
Yeah,
see
but
that money? Do you think he's
well,
gonna
I
get
mean, it
a
doesn't
smell
matter.
of that
Hey,
money?
maybe I'll see the money because
The
like
damage
maybe
is
my dad
done.
saw the painting.
The
But
damage is done. His legacy is
He was,
tarnished.
no,
Cosby is
he
not on
but
the air anymore. You're not
no.
seeing that shit
I'll
on Nick at
guarantee.
Night.
I'll
nope.
guarantee you that so if he was 60, I could say for a fact that he would blow by this. The only reason he might not blow by this is because he
He's
might not
about to
have enough
die.
time. But he people will let this slide because one thing like no one really cares except for like some women. But like no one cares. Like I mean they're gonna
Nobody
blow by
cares.
it. I
I
guarantee
beg
you
to differ,
10
sir.
years.
I,
I mean,
I,
look
I
at
wouldn't say I idolized Bill Cosby, but I respected him. Like I
well, but look
respected
at
him
other
until
people.
I hear about this shit. This
But
shit,
look at
that's
other
weird.
people in the same
That's fucked
situation.
up.
It's
Over
always blown over.
50 plus women? That's some serial
50 plus,
crazy shit.
50 plus, brother. It ain't just
That's
one
some
person or two
serial
people
sick shit.
Yeah, but
with the
no,
same
but
One
with
what
or
the
I'm
same
two,
saying,
story.
he didn't. He
maybe
didn't
one
admit to
offs.
that. That wasn't
Nate,
admitted to. He said one, and then he said consensual, and like, I mean,
That opened up the
brother,
floodgates.
personally, like, I'm not gonna be nice about this. If you're a female and you go over a
Don't
dude's
take a
house
drink from Bill
at
Cosby in a
midnight,
bar.
you don't care what
wait,
happens to
no.
you.
Say it again.
Like,
Wait. Oh, I'm
I'm
sorry.
not joking.
Oh, wait.
I'm not joking.
Wait, say that one more
If you're a
time. Say
girl,
that one more time.
if
Yeah.
you're a woman and you go over a guy's house at midnight,
Bill Cosby.
Yeah.
it doesn't
No,
matter
any
who
guy.
it is.
Okay.
Any guy.
Okay.
Any guy. Listen.
I like, and you come back to me and you say I got raped. I'm gonna say I don't give a fuck because you shouldn't have done it. Don't do it. Like this is in general. Women don't go over these houses at midnight unless you think there's a possibility that you're gonna get fucked. If there's no possibility, don't go. All right. I'm just
Nate the Great, ladies and gentlemen.
Don't go.
That's why he is great.
And I say this about me
Because he
too,
can do a
one
figure
day
eight.
I might go up to you and say, come over my place midnight. Don't worry, we don't have to fuck. Just because I said that, still don't come over my house unless you're gonna fuck, right?
So no means yes, though, right? Is that
No,
what you're
I'm
saying?
just saying, like,
We're not worthy.
No,
the reason
no
why,
means yes.
I mean, like the reason why we have these rules of
Ooh-wee.
like people think that the rules
GZ,
like
what do you think
these
about that one? Huh? Did he drop
modesty
some knowledge
rules
on
are
you?
a joke. No, but modesty rules aren't a joke. They're there for a reason. Like there's shit you shouldn't do. If you're married, you shouldn't have a drink with a woman who's not your
Yes,
wife.
that is true. That's very
You
true.
should not. If you're a single girl and a guy, your boss says come to my place at 11 and we'll work on the feast, you say no.
Hang on, back up. If you're married, you don't do what?
If
Have a
you're
drink with
married,
another woman.
you don't
Why
have a
not?
drink by yourself with another woman. You
See, now he says
alone.
by yourself.
Oh,
Well,
by
like
yourself.
alone.
That's what he
Well,
said.
alone, like in a
Alone.
group.
He said with two. What?
No, no,
In a
no,
group.
no.
If
Like
he said if you're
if
married, you should not be having a
If you're
drink
married,
with another woman by yourself.
why
like you
not?
should. What
Because
do you mean? Why
anything
Two
could
not?
women can't.
happen.
Two women can't drink together. Is that what you're
Huh?
No,
saying?
no, a man, a man.
If
If you're a married
what?
man,
JC,
we're
what's
talking
wrong
about.
with you? What are
That's
you
not what he
drinking?
said. He said if you're a married woman, you can't drink together.
No,
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 if you're
no. If you're
married,
married,
you shouldn't have a
Yeah.
drink with
Okay.
another woman who isn't your wife by
Oh,
yourself,
oh, oh, oh,
alone.
oh, oh, oh.
what
Hello.
I'm
Okay,
saying
okay,
is, what I'm
okay.
saying is,
All right.
I've
you
had a
have
beer,
to.
he's drank whiskey. What are you on, JC?
No, I'm sorry. I didn't hear. I
No,
didn't
what
hear.
Whiskey.
I'm saying is like there's rules. Like if you're a woman, you don't go over a guy's house at midnight unless you're going to
I
be
mean, it could be
intimate.
10 p.m., it could be 8 p.m. I
Yeah,
mean,
well, don't go
hell.
over at 10 either. To tell you the truth, if you're a woman and a guy invites you to his house, like alone, you probably should never go unless there's an some
Understanding.
type of romantic aspect there, or like unless you like. I mean, unless it's like your brother, your dad, or something. It's something you shouldn't do. Like
So,
it's
so
Hey,
if a girl
daughter,
want to go
please
to your
come
house,
over. I need your help.
if a girl want to come over your house just to chit chat with you about, just get to know you better, get to know the real Nate.
But that's
You expect
romantic.
her to have sex with
That's a
you.
romantic
no,
No,
yeah,
no.
but
Is there expectation for her to have sex with you?
no, it's not about expectation. It's about to tell you the truth, you just shouldn't do it. Like it's just put it this way. Like if you're a woman and you're like, I don't want to be raped. There's probably a couple rules you could follow, and you most likely won't get raped.
And one would be not going over
Yeah,
after midnight
So
or
you're
like
10
there's
saying
o'clock.
that, yeah,
there's a
but
chance that you.
shouldn't women have that freedom to be able to do that and not get assaulted?
No one should have that freedom. Don't do it. If you're a guy, don't do it. Don't go
Oh,
over the girl's
oh,
house. Like,
oh,
like
oh.
we have these, like there's rules of decor. Like our generation is like we've thrown away rules of decorum, but rules of
Yes.
decorum are there for a fucking reason. Like follow them. Like follow
So
the rules of decorum.
so you're saying if a girl goes to your house, she's just inviting to get raped? Is
No,
that what you're
I'm
saying?
saying that. Say
Hold
you're a
on, hold
woman,
on. We must respect the
right?
viewers. Our one viewer said, when the girl went to Mike Tyson's room at 2 a.m., she said she wanted to talk about boxing.
All right. Yeah. So like I'm just
Got
saying
him.
like. I told my
Uppercut.
friend, like my friends, I was discussing this with lawyers, right? And he was like, girls shouldn't. It's not about shouldn't. It's not about blaming victims.
Mm.
It's about one simple thing. It's about how not to be raped, right?
So a girl's
Yeah.
gonna get raped if she goes over a guy's house at 12 at midnight. Is that what you're saying?
Let's
I
put it
mean,
like
you're
let's
not.
say their chances have increased.
To put it lightly, their
Yeah.
So
chances have increased.
hang on. What if she
That
goes
sounds like a
over?
Monopoly card. Hey,
Wait,
you passed go. Your chances have increased to getting raped past midnight.
wait. What if she goes over with the intentions, but then that person creeps her out? She can say no, right? Without getting raped. Is that what
It's
you're
not
telling me?
like say you're thinking about it like like moralistic, like
Yeah.
what should
Angelic.
be. Yeah,
Angelically.
like what I'm saying is
Oh.
Not
if you
angelic.
do not want to get raped, don't do these things. Like You're questioning like what should be or like what's right and
In a
what's
perfect
wrong.
world.
Yeah, I'm saying like if you don't want to get raped, number one, don't do
Don't
that,
go.
right?
He's giving her Mogwai rules, like fucking Gizmo and shit. Don't
Yeah,
eat
yeah.
past
Oh man.
midnight. Don't
Oh
get wet.
Lord.
Like there's a chance, like truthfully, you can go to the guy's house and you might not get raped.
If you
But
go
but
after 6 o'clock.
yeah, but let's say let's put like 10, let's say 10, right? We're gonna say 10 times, right? If you do it 10 times, chances are you're gonna get raped one of those times.
Oh shit.
All right? Or
That's
maybe
high. That's high as fuck.
maybe say 30 times. Say you do it 30 times.
One
Like
time you're gonna get stuck.
yeah, like I mean, you could do it. You could, and the truth is like that's part of life, right? It's your risk reward. You might actually like the guy. The guy might be really cool, and you're like, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go over this guy's house, and I'm gonna risk the chance that he could assault me,
This guy.
but I might get rewarded with like love or something. Like you know, but
Love. A friendship bracelet.
understand that there's a risk.
Set of steak
And you
knives.
increased your risk by doing this, and I know they're gonna say they shouldn't have to worry about it, and you probably shouldn't have to worry about it. Like I should be able to shoot fireballs from my ass, but I can't. So
What?
it's
Oh
just
my
what it is.
God. That's unbelievable. Oh wow. Just,
But like the thing is, these rules were put there for that. The rules of decorum. If you follow the rules of decorum, you most likely won't get raped. You might be that one person that gets that random one where like you just happen to be walking and it was just
And you get snatched.
some random woman,
Bah.
which the chances are
Like
like
maybe a
almost zero.
random guy in a dark alley with blonde hair,
yeah.
wearing shades like
I mean, people get
John
assaulted
Lennon.
everywhere, not just in
No,
people's
but
houses.
All right, here we go.
but
Here we go.
when you
Here we
look
go.
at
We got a
assaults,
question.
like
We got a question from our viewer.
oh
Let's respect the viewer. Now the man says, "What if the dude invited another dude over to his house at midnight to play Call of Duty? What are you expecting to happen?"
well, I
Oh
mean to
yeah,
tell you the truth,
good point.
dudes can get raped too, but like but we have but like the thing that women
We're not
have to
worthy.
understand like
We're not
women
worthy.
watch too many movies, so this is a fact. Like as a woman you probably think that you can fight a dude because you saw Charlie's Angels,
Uh
right? That's not true. The if you take the 90 percentile of women
huh.
and then you take I think it's the low 50 strength wise. You
Mhm.
have to understand that those guys can, with their bare hands, beat you to death. That's how much stronger they are than you. So you like
Nobody's debating the fact that a man is stronger than a woman
no, but
99% of the time.
women don't understand
Yeah,
this
the modern
now.
woman
I th-
does not.
I
I
think
don't
No,
they
think.
they
I
don't
think they
understand this
I
because
think they
they
do.
no they watch
No.
Charlie's Angel and they
I
see
think they do.
no they really don't. Like you can talk to them.
JC,
Like
they
I talk
don't.
to them
They don't.
They do.
in their
They
They
do.
mind.
don't.
No, in
It's
their
2 to
mind, they
1.
think they would have a shot. They're like, I could fight
Yeah.
him off.
Yeah.
A
Like
bench.
they believe that they could win. I'm just telling you, unless you're Ronda Rousey, and even her, she's
Full disclosure. This is why I got kicked out of my place 2 years ago. The woman the woman claimed that I hit her. I didn't hit her, but just the fact when the cops came over, she's telling them that I hit her. She's bigger
well.
than
I mean,
me.
Okay.
Everything. Like I'm like 100. I was 130 pounds soaking wet. She's taller than me. She's bigger than me. But just the fact that she said that, and I'm like, my only defense is, what makes you think that I would want to hit her? Like, I'm not attracted to her. Like, I'm trying to get into my apartment. That is what got me kicked out of my place. People think
Yeah,
that.
but nobody thinks that a woman can beat up a dude.
Women
no,
think
I
they
mean,
can. And if they don't,
No,
and if they don't think they can take him out, they know that all I got to do is call cops and
no,
say
JC, like,
something.
That is true. That's true. The cops.
no,
Yeah, I
JC,
get
you
that.
can watch like even like viral YouTube videos and shit. Women,
Yeah.
Are
there's
in the
like
guy's
you
face,
see
thinking, "Hey, what
women
you
get
gonna
into
do?"
guys' faces a lot because
Yeah.
It's true.
they believe because of they watch people believe what they see on television. They're watching shit on
On the
television where
movies,
like
yeah.
yeah, like I mean when you watch Charlie's Angel, like Cameron Diaz, like she's getting into a fight with these dudes. They would murder her, and she's taking punches and punching back, and women start to believe that. I mean, like they do, because like you watch women
Maybe
get
Fast
into
and
guys'
Furious would be a
faces,
better reference. Most
huh?
people don't know what Charlie's Angels is right now. I mean, Fast
Oh,
and Furious would be a better
well,
reference.
you're just yeah, but just because a woman stands up to a guy doesn't mean that they don't think the guy could take him out.
Why would they be
Just
no,
because
no,
standing up to
that's
him if they don't think that they
it's
could
more
take
than
him?
take them out.
yeah,
Guy,
because they're not gonna take the crap.
no,
Even if
no,
they risk
but
getting the shit beat out of
you're
them.
looking at you're thinking about, but like I'm not saying a guy can take them. I'm saying the guy would beat them to death. They
That's the
don't
same. That's the
understand.
same.
No,
It's the
no,
same meaning. It's the
no,
same
but they
meaning.
don't.
Isn't it?
It's the same
No, they
exact.
don't understand
It
that
is.
that
Take them
guy
out.
can kill them. They don't like.
I know that. They
Put
think.
it
All
this
right.
way: would that woman get into that guy's face if he was pointing a gun at her head?
No,
She
Because
probably
who
did.
would?
She
Nobody would get
she probably does.
somebody's face with a gun pointed at their
They
head.
well, yeah,
probably
but that's because she
they
doesn't
probably don't think
understand that her life is
they probably
like
she probably doesn't think that the guy would actually hit her or actually do it either. That's the
if
thing.
a woman touched me, I would move them from women to man, and I would
To
fight them
threat.
like I would fight a man. I'm
Alright,
telling you right now, if
alright.
like if you come to me as a
You're
threat,
also a black guy with blonde hair in
yeah,
2021. Just saying.
no, 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 I'm just
you,
saying like
you look like you
if
could go off on somebody.
if someone approaches me for combat, I'm gonna treat you like a foe of combat.
How much you weighing at, brother Nate?
Oh, I'm a 190.
How tall are you?
I'm 5'4".
5'4"?
Yeah.
So
I
yeah.
thought he was like 5'10".
No. You saw him stand up. Does that look like a 5'10" motherfucker?
I can't tell. I
No,
can't.
but I mean,
I can't.
like I mean,
You saw him with his sippy cup and
strength-wise, I'm
whiskey?
okay, but I'm not like trained to fight. That's why if someone came up to me to fight, like I would have to like treat it for real, because I don't know like kung fu. I just know like
Oh shit!
like I'm gonna
Oh
have to win this
shit!
fight.
Jen Nate, you need to get a Twitch, dude.
I think the Cardi B
Your
guy
boy.
could take the long haircut.
What happened?
He just said he thinks that Cardi B can take you.
Well,
and
no, I
then
mean, but that's
and
what I
another
mean.
guy said,
Like
"Let
Cardi,
Bill Cosby sit longer than wait, let
but
Bobby
I
sit longer
guarantee
than
you,
Cosby." What?
Bobby Brown.
Oh,
No, Bobby Brown. No, but Bobby. No, Bobby.
they let Bobby sit long. Oh, Bobby Smurda. Bobby Smurda. I think
but
he's talking about Bobby Smurda. Yeah,
but
but
Bill
he killed
Cosby shouldn't have
somebody.
been charged.
Bobby killed somebody though. That's one thing. Bobby
Bobby
Smurda
Brown was him.
was no Bobby Smurda. Please tell
Oh
me you
yeah,
know
the
who Bobby
rapper.
Smurda is.
The
Hot.
rapper.
Yeah,
The rapper.
hot.
Yeah, I know.
No, I
Give
don't
I
me.
know. I
don't,
can
He
look it
killed
up.
somebody and he rapped about it,
I don't
and
like his
that's how they
music
were
No,
able to
but
find him.
anyways.
it's
I don't like
not
his
like
music anyways.
This
people
guy.
are. They're not. People aren't understanding the Bill Cosby thing.
Uh,
It has nothing to do with the crime. It's a plea deal.
mm,
You have to honor plea deals, and they did not.
mm.
Like he shouldn't have been charged. It's a plea deal. If you make the plea deal, like you honor it. You shouldn't have
Brother,
made it.
brother Nate, we're not arguing on the
No, he's
law.
rehashing
Yeah.
because somebody came in talking about how
Oh,
Bobby Smurda went down longer than Bill Cosby did.
Oh yeah, well yeah. Oh okay. Oh he's responding to the.
Yeah,
Okay, my bad. My bad. All right.
probably just
Yeah,
responding
like
to the title.
just don't even look at now. What people don't like, what you have to understand is don't think about it on as Bill Cosby. Think about it as if it was you, right? If
This guy.
you, if the DA made a deal with you, right? This means that the DA could fuck you because think about who Bill Cosby is. He's got $5 million lawyers. You don't have a $5 million lawyer. So if the guy with the $5 million lawyer could get fucked, that means you have no chance at all.
Yes, and this is something's wrong with our legal judicial system.
Yes, and
Oh, yeah.
that's why what happened to Bill Cosby was the biggest miscarriage of justice that I have ever seen in my life. Because if you break
Bigger
the
than
good
OJ?
will, no, OJ
I was
was
just
just
throwing
like
out
a,
a name.
OJ.
I was just throwing him out.
yeah,
But see, the
that's
thing
a
is,
Joy thing.
if Bill Cosby is as stupid as OJ is, he's gonna do something to fuck himself up. Just saying.
Yes,
but,
OJ got off on that, and then he messed up after the fact.
Yeah.
You feel me?
yeah, and
Stupid
actually,
is
he
and
didn't
stupid
even mess
does.
up after the fact. They just fucked him. OJ Simpson went to jail.
OJ.
Like OJ Simpson went to jail for stealing something that he owned.
Oh yeah, that somebody was trying to sell him back.
Yeah, he took something that he owned.
But brother Nate, you cannot walk into a person's house, even to have your stuff with guns.
Yo, you trying to sell my shit?
Kidnap them.
You trying to sell my shit?
No, I'll put it this way: if OJ Simpson did not murder his wife,
I don't know what link.
He would not have went to jail.
What were you trying to
stealing
send?
The shit that was
Jay-Z?
No. Hang on. I think you're missing the point why he got arrested in the first place.
No, I know the whole case.
Yeah, but he went there with guns and he held a guy hostage.
No, but he didn't have a gun. Someone else had a gun.
Wow. Here we go. We got another.
Him.
Hold on. Respect the viewers. Nate, you got to get Twitch because somebody's asking, will they let R. Kelly go next? I don't think so.
No.
Because these are young kids. These are young kids that he held hostage.
And it's on tape.
As slaves.
Understand that Bill Cosby has nothing to do with the crime. It was a plea deal. And when you make a plea deal, you have to honor the plea deal.
Don't back up. I got you cornered with OJ. You cannot go to someone's place.
So I looked at the OJ Simpson case because I went to law school. So looking at the OJ Simpson case, I can say pretty confidently that if OJ
Thank you for the
Simpson
follow, Raging Bob.
murdered his wife, he probably would not have done time for what he did there.
So what you're saying that if I walk into a building and my boy has a gun and I hold somebody hostage in his own place, I'm not going to jail for that.
If you're OJ Simpson with good lawyer, you broke into a house to take something that someone took from you, and you did not have the gun, and you didn't make the threat.
But that person could not leave, so that's kidnapping as well.
I know, but you can't charge they charged OJ Simpson. They didn't charge the guy with the gun.
I don't I didn't look.
Everybody's involved. Everybody's involved.
No, what you're saying. So what you're saying is correct. What I'm saying is, if you took away the murdering of the wife, like
the first crime that he got, yeah,
he wouldn't have.
Oh yeah, it would have just been. He just would have been He would have been former. He would have been former NFL player trying to get his stuff back. 30 days in jail or something like that.
What happened to OJ Simpson is they threw the book at him.
Oh yeah.
And they gave him the highest possible punishment.
Sentence.
If he didn't kill his wife, they wouldn't have given him the highest punishment.
Yeah. I agree with that.
So you don't think that the kidnapping charge would have stuck? That's what you're telling me?
No. He would have got in trouble. He probably would have gotten convicted, but like he might have gotten like 6 months, time served, fine.
You don't get.
Like
I don't think he gets 6 months for kidnapping.
No,
because the dude he was holding up, he's also rich too. So so he has good lawyer. You know what I'm saying? So
Well, I
they'll
mean,
they'll,
but
they'll
he's
go to
not
look
gonna.
at.
He's not getting 5 years. Like he would have pleaded it
Well, he's
down. They
been
probably
in
wouldn't
for
even have
how
went to
long?
trial. Huh?
He's been in for
for
how
longer than
long?
that.
No, he got
No,
out.
he's
He just
out.
got out. Yeah, that's right. I totally
No,
forgot.
but
Yeah,
I
but
think
He was
he
in for a
got
brother
5
while.
Nate
years for
though,
it. Huh?
brother Nate, if you or I was to do that, we would have got almost probably more time. That's what I'm
No,
saying.
actually, I think
You're arguing that you'll get less time, or
no.
he would
Because
have
of who
gotten
he
less
is?
time.
Yeah, I think we
I'm
would have
saying
got.
I'm saying we as normal people would have gotten more time
No,
if we did that.
we're probably like if it's us, we're probably getting less time because there's not so much shit on it. Like there's not so
I
much
disagree.
media. Like you
If
never know,
you
but
if you or I was to go into a white dude's place with a gun, even if I'm not carrying a gun, my boy's carrying a gun, and prevented him from leaving, trust me, we're getting more
I don't
time than
know.
O.J. Simpson.
I mean, I went.
We can argue both that fat right there.
I hit someone clear across the head with a football helmet. They spun and they passed out for like 10 minutes in the
Yeah.
in Monroe County, which is the most KKK county in America, and
Yeah.
they
What state
made
is that?
me
What state is
Pennsylvania,
that? All right, go ahead.
and my punishment was like 5 hours of working at the library, and I didn't even go.
Was this in the commission of playing a football game?
No, this is not. No, if I did playing a football game, I would probably just got suspended and kicked off the team.
But what were you doing? How'd you get a football helmet if you
How
weren't
do you get a football helmet? Yeah.
if you weren't
I
playing
had my
football?
football helmet. It was
So you're a
in
minor.
the it was in the locker room.
So you were a minor.
So you were playing football.
No, it was just I had my helmet on me.
You just
And
carry your
it was in
helmet
the locker
around,
room.
not
But
on
I
game
was-
day.
It was it was after school. In the locker
High
room.
school.
I
So
think
you were a
maybe-
minor.
I was 17, so yeah, technically minor.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're a minor. Yeah, you're a minor, dog. Yeah.
But still,
That's
like
what
I'm
saved
just
you.
saying, and like I mean, the same place. Like I got like arrested for like criminal threats and blowing shit up. I mean,
What the fuck?
we-
Nate
we
the
used to
fucking
do
great,
that.
man.
Yeah, but once you involve a weapon, I guarantee it's a whole different topic, brother.
I'm telling you, I used to blow shit up with pipe bombs.
This guy. Uh-oh. We don't talk about Nate before he was great.
Ugh.
This is Nate the Great. So we don't talk about Nate before he was great.
Yeah, we used to. This is a story. When we used to take my friend's van.
Dude, you got the biggest hater in the chat, dude. You hear this guy? Jay-Z DeVore says he tells women he plays for the Philadelphia Eagles.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Why would I say I play for the Eagles?
Because you're from
Because
Philly, or you're from Pennsylvania.
No.
So
And they're known to be pretty violent and on that football.
Well,
I'm from the Poconos, man.
Well, GZ, you might not know this, but this is the biggest Minnesota Vikings fan you'll ever see. I think he's got a tattoo of Brett Favre
No, I got
on
my
his.
my QAnon tattoo.
Oh boy, here we go.
Jesus.
Easy,
Jesus,
sir.
Lord.
Yes,
Jesus,
I'm telling
Lord
you,
have-
yes.
Jesus, Lord have mercy.
Nate the Great.
Oh,
It wouldn't be great without Nate. There you go.
Literally tattooed
So-
QAnon
So anyway, on
Yeah.
to speaking of
Yeah,
conspiracies.
QAnon.
Hold on. Speaking of conspiracies, let's get on to John MacAfee. Suicide or inside job?
Oh, he definitely
Let's go.
is.
Do you know who John
It's hard to
MacAfee is?
say.
Is JC? Do you know who John MacAfee is?
He's the first person to create a commercial antivirus software.
Mm-hmm.
But
And
he
boy,
also
did he.
He did a tweet saying if he ever killed himself, that
There
he
you
got
go.
murdered.
See, so that's what has me wondering. Yes, he is the virus guy. Like he put that tweet out, but when did he put the tweet out? Was it while he was in this Spanish prison?
No, that was just in general, because they've always been after him. because he never pays his taxes.
Yes, and
He pays taxes.
but saying that, and then hearing that, hey, I might be extradited back to the U.S. where all the shit that I did is now coming back to me, might want to reconsider committing suicide. So
Yeah, but the thing is, he's
I
not
don't want to
like
go back to the U.S. Fuck that. That's why I've been trying
no,
to
but
not
a
be in the
guy
U.S.
like
for all this
him,
time.
if he goes to jail, it's not even bad jail. It's like the country club jail.
Shit.
He's right about he's right about that. He's right about that. It is a country club jail.
But he also has the tweets talking about how he knows
Well, how
he
about
has
that? Did you hear about that one? So he had a tweet saying that he has all this shit in a hard
on
drive.
corrupt
And
public officials
and,
and shit.
and you know that building that fell down in Miami?
Uh-huh.
Uh-oh.
That was the
Transition
place
is
where his hard drive was.
You better stop.
Isn't
You
that
better
like
shut the fuck
I'm
up.
not even
Nate, get
I'm
the
not
fuck out of here.
conspiracy.
You're
No,
no
I'm
longer
not
great.
joking.
You're no longer great.
I'm not conspiracy
actually,
theory guy, but that's
I,
weird.
I, hold on,
What?
hold on.
What? You heard about this
He
too,
might.
JC? Come on,
No,
man.
the way
Don't. Are
that
you gonna
building
get the
fell
tattoo as
down.
well?
No,
Hold
no,
on.
no, no.
Jeezy's got another one here.
What's up? What's up,
I
brother?
don't think Edward Snowden want to come to a country club jail. There you go. But we're not talking about
He doesn't.
Snowden. We're talking about fucking John McAfee. Two different
Yeah,
guys.
but no, no, but I think he's saying that if Snowden was in the United States, he wouldn't be sent to a country club prison.
Yeah, but we're
Yeah,
not
but
talking about Snowden. We're
Snowden is
talking about that's two
different.
different guys.
Snowden's like
Yeah.
He's the enemy of the
Snowden like
state.
fuck with the CIA.
He's the enemy of the state, dude.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
Oh,
like
yeah, you're right. You're right. But as far as the building is concerned, uh, the way that building imploded is almost like when you
it's weird.
condemn buildings in Vegas.
Sinkhole. They
You know,
call
you
it
condemn
sinkhole, something or other.
no,
Heard
but
stories
you know
about
how they
sinkhole.
you know how they condemn buildings in Vegas. They use an
Uh-huh.
implosion where it
To
implodes
collapse it.
inwards.
Yeah.
Right. If somebody partially set charges on
Mm-hmm.
it'll partially implode that building, and that's kind of what it looked like to
But
me from the
why
pictures.
wouldn't they tell the people, hey, this place is condemned. You guys can no longer live here.
No.
No.
He's
What?
saying that
Somebody used the same technique,
Oh,
and
okay. You're not saying the
just yeah.
government did it. Oh,
No,
okay.
not the government. No, not the government. Somebody.
Okay.
but
I
it's
don't think.
Wow.
I'm telling you that building was the same building that McCaffrey said he had his hard drive.
But why would he have his hard drive there? Like,
Why
why couldn't he
not?
put it somewhere else?
No, it was just a random building. He said he had his hard drive in.
Yeah.
Wait, where did he say that he had it? It was in a tweet?
Yeah.
Ugh. But why would they
Yeah.
not get the innocent people out? Why would they let over 150 innocent people die to get to McAfee's hard drive?
Well, I mean, for one thing, the government would just kill
To
people.
destroy. Yeah,
The
but what
government
if it wasn't the government? No. I don't think it was the government. It could have been his
This
people
guy.
to hide the
Oh.
evidence.
People who? McAfee's people?
Yeah, McAfee's people.
Well, whoever. I mean, like the government is just the government just means a group of people. Like it's not like.
Don't blame the government, my brother.
Well, no, like the deep
For-
state
for
is
this one.
real. The deep state is
No,
real.
no. We're not getting off topic.
No,
You said the
but what I'm
government.
saying is, when I say the government, I don't mean like the government is like this beast. Like the government, like as in, it could be like a group of guys. You know, like it could be like 5 FBI agents, but it's still the government. You know what I mean?
No.
Mm.
Do we agree?
Like,
Yay,
when I say
nay?
the government, I don't mean like when I say like the feds are evil. Like I don't mean the whole government's evil. Just like the feds. You know?
Oh.
Mm.
Just that the top guys in the government. Like, what
Yeah,
the
'cause
fuck, dude?
The guys around-
It's almost like once you see a point of similarity, he types off and closer to it.
Yeah.
It's like-
Hey,
Well, I
speaking
mean,
of tops,
it's just-
speaking of tops, I got some new baseball cards. How about baseball? Let's talk about baseball. What the fuck?
Well, no, I mean like false flags. Like we know that there have been false flags.
What are
At
false
least,
flags?
like, one.
Flags.
Define its false flag. What's a false
Well,
flag?
a
You're talking about
false
Wag the
flag is
Dog,
like-
like the movie?
No, like Kent State was a false flag, right?
I don't know what
a
I don't know what you're
mass
talking about.
shooting that was staged
You're
by the government.
you're
Oh yes,
talking about
you're talking about wag the dog, like wag the dog type shit.
no. He's
Yeah,
talking
yeah.
about oh, you're talking about those protesters against the war,
No,
and
no, no. A false flag is like
An
wag the dog.
incident
It's like
that then makes you
when
not worry about what actually is going on.
you know how they say so they say
oh,
Sandy Hook was a false flag. I don't believe Sandy Hook was a false flag, but there have been
False
documented
flags.
false flags
And the Florida thing is a
where
false
the
flag
government has killed lots of people for
to make you not
some.
realize something else is
Yeah,
going on.
like a
I
distraction.
mean,
Yes.
well, like Pearl Harbor, like the government there are documents saying that the government knew about Pearl Harbor. They knew.
That it was gonna come.
Yeah, like it was documented. Like they don't even lie about it anymore
So
because it was
now
so
that's
long
a false
ago.
flag. Pearl Harbor was a false
Well,
flag.
that's not a. I mean
That's
that's
a different
Pearl.
situation.
Is that a false flag? If you know that the attack is gonna, but the attack really happened though.
But it
So
could have been
then
prevented. But that's a different situation.
yeah,
That's
that's
not
not
You're
really
a
a false
false
saying
flag.
flag.
what's a false flag that distracted from
Well, a
what?
false flag was say if Pearl Harbor was actually done by the Americans.
hmm To
To
cover up
distract
something
from what?
else.
To cover up
Well,
I don't
what?
to get
know.
us into the war, to get
Cuban
us into the war,
missile
like
crisis or whatever was
Yeah,
the
going on at
Jap,
that time.
that isn't a false
no,
flag.
like
That's a
The Japanese did Pearl Harbor, right? Now,
yes.
imagine if the Americans did Pearl Harbor,
To
but
get us to
blamed the
fight
Japanese
Japanese.
to get into the war. That would be a false flag.
Mm.
It
Hmm.
was not a false flag. It wasn't. But
So
I'm
in
just saying.
hindsight,
Oh,
we all agree that John McAfee didn't commit suicide.
Well, I mean,
I
Nobody
don't
here
think he.
thinks he
I
did.
don't.
I
I don't
don't
know.
think he did.
I don't
And
think he did either. I
and
think he
then when
pissed
we
off the
bring
wrong
this
people.
back,
Yeah, but he's been
bring this
pissing off the
back to
wrong people for
Jeffrey.
20 years.
Mm,
If he's
lot,
already been
lot of
pissing
years.
around the wrong people for 20, 30 years, what made them now
Yes.
flip the switch? What did he do now
He,
that
he- well,
Well, no,
he's
they
already
caught
pissed
they
them
they
just
caught
off?
up
caught
to
him.
him. They already
They
caught
Oh,
caught him.
they caught him up. They caught up to him.
hmm,
They caught up to him. Yeah,
They've been
because I
trying
mean,
to
if you
catch him. It's just he's been
catch him for a
hiding well.
while,
hmm.
yeah, I. You know what? I can agree with him too on this one. I could
Well,
agree
this
on
But
this
this
here's
one.
the
this
thing,
is
JC. Since I know you are a registered nurse, so
Yes, sir.
what goes into, let's say, a disaster like that? Like, do you guys are now
Oh,
asked to work overtime, or do they bring people in
you
just to
talk
help with
you
the mass
mass casualty.
bodies? Yeah.
Mass, yeah,
Like,
yeah. So
how do you
we have
handle like a disaster like that?
we have drills. Yeah, we have drills and stuff like that for mass casualties, but it depends what it is. So there's a bombing mass casualty, and then
Hmm.
there's like a different one for natural
Natural disaster.
disasters.
Okay.
Exactly. So bomb mass casualties. There is a protocol. You know, they'll
is that
page
cold black?
everybody. No, not necessarily code black, but they'll page all staff members and ask them to come in. So let's say it's your day off.
Hmm.
They'll page you. They'll call you, say, listen, can you come in? We have a mass casualty, and then everybody comes in, and then they will
And
then
normally you
divvy
guys
up.
know what the mass casualty is. Like
Yeah,
COVID was
they're
never a mass casualty
no,
type
no, no,
situation.
no,
Okay.
no, like a bombing or something like that, or a mass shooting, maybe of like 100 or
Oh
plus
boy,
people. Yeah, they will.
GZ dropping that knowledge. It's
Yeah,
when
so
police
the
put undercover cops inside a BLM protest, then those police start a fight and force the real cops to bust everyone's heads to break up the rally.
Oh, is he
that's a false
saying that
flag.
there?
Yeah,
Well, no,
that's
that
what
could
he's
be like
claiming a false
so.
flag is.
January 6th, I was there. I was
Yes, he
at
was.
I,
He was
I
there.
was at the
Oh my
Capitol.
God, no,
So
no, you didn't.
there
He didn't go into the
there
No, you
Capitol
were
though.
didn't.
He didn't go into
like
the
I was
Capitol.
no, I was there. Like so, they were. I mean, they straight out lied about a lot of stuff. Like the cop didn't die there. Like the only casualties there were against us. But there were for a fact FBI agents there trying to like. I'm. I really believe that the FBI agents wanted it to. It could have been violent. Put it this way:
Yes, it
we
could have
have
been worse. It should have been much worse.
we
I
have
think it
four
could have been
million
worse.
people. We have 4 million people.
Hmm.
If we wanted to do an insurrection, say we actually wanted to kill everyone in the Congress,
Mm.
everyone in the Congress would be dead now. There would be nothing they could have done. We had 4 million people, and at least 20% of them had guns.
Now,
So,
weren't you saying before that, hey, we did look at what we did peacefully? Like you said, nobody
yeah,
had guns. Now you're saying, oh yeah,
no,
if we
no, no,
wanted to, we had
no.
guns. We
They
all
had
this stuff.
no. They had the guns. They didn't bring the gun. So the people with the guns left them in their hotel rooms
Hmm.
because the whole point was that we were showing them that we can do this without arms, and if
Like
they fuck
taking the guns
around.
from the cops and the riot
No,
gear
no,
from
no.
the cops.
It was the point was like
Like,
we were showing them what we could do without arms because the next time we're going to bring arms.
ah. Well, they didn't
Like we
break.
were
Oh,
They
basically.
didn't break. They didn't break down the
so
glass of
so
the door
so
with your bare hands. You used
and
riot
then
gear.
and then riot gear. What about
Like,
the nooses? How about the nooses? Was that part of the plan
Well,
too?
so the nooses I
and
don't
taking
know
shits in the
what.
office.
Oh
How's
yeah,
that?
I don't know about that. The
Oh,
guys so there were FBI agents there trying to get us to do violence
Oh
because they
wow.
wanted it to be violent. They wanted an
so they
insurrection, but
succeeded because there was
no,
violence
because
there.
it wasn't violent. I'm telling you, if we wanted violence, we would have burnt down the entire building, which we could have,
But
and they
here's the
couldn't have stopped
thing,
us.
Nate. You didn't go into the Capitol, correct?
I walked up to the door. I could have walked
But
in.
you didn't
I
go
just
in.
because
So the Ashley Babbitt chick who died because she went through the door. That not violence?
she died because someone murdered her. She wasn't committing violence. She was an
Oh, someone
unarmed
murdered her.
protester.
Who was trying to
She
break
was
into the Capitol?
she for one thing, the Capitol building belongs to us, so we can't trespass in the building that we own. We own it. We own the Capitol building.
Nancy
Not while
Pelosi
there's
said she found a
Now,
football helmet in her office. I wonder
now
who would
listen.
leave that.
She was listen.
Dude, you
I
gotta
want
troll.
everyone to understand this.
Nate, you
If a
gotta
Black Lives
troll.
Matter, if they did to a Black Lives Matter protester what they did to Ashley Babbitt, like people would lose their shit.
Hey,
She was
GZ, you're
she
always
was
welcome into the chat,
peaceful.
sir.
So what you're trying? So you're trying to? Oh, wow,
She
brother
was
Nate,
she was a
brother, brother
she was
Nate,
covered
brother
in an
Nate,
American flag. She
brother
was
Nate.
peaceful.
That was
She had
nothing
no
peaceful.
weapons.
There was nothing peaceful about that day,
She had no weapons.
brother Nate.
But
That was nothing
trespassing is
peaceful.
trespassing.
People
You
had
you
bats.
claim you
People
can't
had bats.
trespass if
So
you
wait,
own the place.
are you saying that the punishment for misdemeanor trespassing is the death penalty?
No, I'm not saying that at all.
All right.
What I'm saying is that if there's like a million people are rushing you, and you say, and the police tell you to stop, you don't go forward. If the police tell you, listen,
So
go.
then during the Black Lives Matter protesters, then like we could just shoot them down then, because those guys they're carrying fire and burning shit down.
If those
throwing
people on
bricks.
January 6th were black, none of them would be alive. You know that.
Well, there were
Well,
some that were black
well,
there.
Some,
yeah, like
but
about
The
if it was a
majority.
BLM,
Yeah.
15%
it
of
was
them
a
were
B,
black, you know.
if it was a BLM situation, they wouldn't have been alive. Period.
Well,
It
you
wouldn't
know,
have been
but
a
of course,
situation.
because what do BML protesters do? They walk down the street and they chant, "Fry the pigs like bacon, kill the cops. We don't want the cops." Of course, you kill them. You know what?
Do cops ever
but you
pull
know
you
what-
over, man?
but you know, huh?
Do cops ever
But
pull
you-
you over?
Yeah, I've been pulled over by cops all the time. I tell them to go fuck off if I can, and they go fuck off because that's like what I don't
And you're still
understand. Like,
alive. Unbelievable.
Yeah,
Well, hold on. Nate,
I'm
be
still
honest.
alive because
Nate,
cops don't shoot black people.
Nate, be
Cops
honest.
don't do what?
Cops
Oh, boy.
Cops
shoot.
don't do.
Cops cops have like 50 million interactions with people a year,
I understand.
and
I understand.
maybe
Okay.
maybe 100 get shot, and I can like I've seen very few. I have seen some, but I've seen very few instances where the cops shoot someone that did something that if I was a cop, I would not have shot them. There's very few. There was that one, the black dude. He was running away, and the cop shot him in the back. Like, but he went to yeah, that was a bad shoot. That was bad. But then you look at like George Floyd. Like, I mean, like that.
Tread carefully.
That was iffy.
Iffy?
Well,
oh no, brother Nate.
I told him to tread carefully. That was him treading carefully.
Just by the fact that George Floyd, he died of a fentanyl overdose. Like, personally, like my personal opinion, George Floyd held up a pregnant woman by putting a gun to her belly. So, like, I think George Floyd deserves to be dead because of that.
Brother Nate, just because you can't assassinate the guy's character, it doesn't dismiss
I can. I'm assessing the guy's character. He's a criminal, and criminals like him should be dead. He deserves to be dead. He deserves to rot in hell.
I don't think he's rotting in hell. He started a movement.
He started the end of the end of Black
white
Lives
supremacy.
Matter.
This guy.
No, the end of the. You think if you think the Black Lives Matter protesters are gonna win in the end, you're farly mistaken. They're gonna lose. Like, I mean, I don't understand why they don't understand. Like,
because he brought to light a lot of stuff that people have been closing their eyes about.
There are 50 million black people in America. Just ask the Jews how fast they can make that many people disappear.
Huh?
Wait, you're getting off topic.
Where do we?
Wait, back up.
The movement is bullshit. George Floyd was a bad person. He was a bad person. He was a criminal.
So he doesn't deserve due process. Is that man?
Personally, I mean, if I was defending him, as a lawyer, I would defend him. But I mean, I don't lose any sleep over someone like him dying.
That's not what I asked you. Do you think he deserves due process?
Yeah.
If what you're saying is that he's a bad person, you think he deserves due process? Because what you're saying to me is that because he's a bad person.
Nothing that happened to him was avoided due process. He was high on fentanyl. He was complaining. They had him in the car. Then he started complaining. So they took him out of the car. Then he started going crazy. Then they laid him on the ground. He wasn't suffocated. There was no trauma to his neck. None.
You're telling me that the guy kneeling on his...
I swear we all watched the same case.
We all... So...
I don't know.
You're saying...
The knee was on his back. The knee was on his back.
So wait, you're defending the cop that did that? Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying that George Floyd was not killed by the knee on the back. He was killed for a fentanyl overdose.
Didn't the doctors prove that wrong on trial?
No, that's actually not true. The doctors, the doctor said it was a fentanyl overdose until there was outside pressure for the doctor to add a note on it to say fentanyl overdose and
homicide.
That's what happened. That's
homicide.
But
the pulmonologist said that
they forced him to add that. That's not what he had.
Wait. The pulmonologist said. So wait, you're saying.
Pressure.
So you're saying it was a whole conspiracy?
This is what I have to deal with on a daily basis.
Get them all alive?
Of course, it's documented outside. I mean, you have Maxine Water, like what she did.
No. Don't change the topic, brother.
No.
Don't be bringing.
I'm showing you that there was a whole bunch of it. There was outside pressure.
It's interesting is that
Maxine
you always.
Waters went down and said,
brother,
if you don't do this,
that does not. Maxine Waters has no jurisdiction in Minnesota, brother.
No shit.
She's from California.
But she brought the national press down on national television in which the jury could see and said that if you don't convict this person, that we should riot.
He was going to get convicted one way or the other, man. It was obvious what he did.
Do you want me, I'll bet you...
Yeah, please do.
$50.
No, bottle of wine.
Now, All right.
Bottle of
No,
wine.
but you don't
$50
drink,
bottle
right?
of wine.
All right. I'll bet you $50 from
A
now.
wine.
It's gonna be about 2 years.
$50.
Uh,
Shit.
he's gonna walk.
Buy the
I will
wine
bet you
Well,
now.
$50.
Buy the wine
I'll bet you
now
fifty
and
dollars
chill
that it
it.
gets
wait, so
overturned.
can I? Do you, brother? Do you?
No,
So,
I'm betting you. Like from my
so,
knowledge of the
so,
law,
so you,
I bet you right now it's gonna get overturned.
so
I
you
like
would.
I bet the Cosby thing is gonna get overturned because I knew it was because I knew the law. Now
But wait.
I will
Oh,
bet
we're
The
you.
talking about
Cosby,
we're talking about
no, no, no,
Cosby or
no,
we're talking
don't,
about
don't.
Chauvin? What's
Yeah,
going
you
on?
No,
can't.
I'm just saying. I guarantee you that the Chauvin conviction is going to get overturned.
Which has nothing to do with Cosby. I don't know
No,
why we
I'm just
brought
saying.
Cosby back up.
No, I brought Cosby up because I said I called that. I said like when it
Oh, you
happened
knew it was
that
gonna happen. Oh, this.
So,
it was
so
gonna get
Chauvin's
overturned.
gonna be overturned. I doubt that, but
No, I'll bet you right now, $50.
$50 bottle of wine.
so, so brother Nate, you think that everything is all fair and there's no racism? You're good to go.
No,
You don't.
I never
Do you,
said that. I
do you
said there's
care
no
about? Do
sys.
you care about? Do you care about
I,
civil rights at all?
I said there's no systematic racism.
Do you care about civil rights at all?
No.
Actually the truth is I do, but
You do? Huh?
no, but they
Who
don't
are you?
use
What have you done with Nate
civil
the Great?
rights. All right, I want people to. This is something that like it really actually it drives me insane. So civil rights don't apply to gays. Civil rights don't apply to women. Civil
Oh.
rights specifically by statute, written in the statute, apply only to Black Americans. That's all civil right was meant to apply to. This blanket use of civil rights, that's actually watering it down. And because of that, they're going to overturn it all because the law for civil rights was only put into place to deal with, at the time, the systematic racism against Black people. Civil
Hallelujah.
But
rights.
now there's more
No,
Oh,
racism
this is a
against
hallelujah.
fact.
other
No.
minorities.
This is a fact that civil rights, by statute, by wording, was never meant to apply to anyone else, and the blanket use of it is actually wrong. But
Still didn't answer my
But now there's
question,
more
though.
minorities out there.
yeah,
It's
no.
like
But what you're
there's
saying is
Mexican
like no.
Americans.
When civil rights
Hold
was
on.
put into place during the time of America where there was systematic racism, it was good. There is no longer systematic racism in America. It does not exist. There is racism, but there is not systematic racism, and it's and I don't know how like the fact that there are Black people who do well is
Shows proof that
because
there is
there's
no
no
more
systematic
systematic.
racism. If there
Hmm.
was
So because a
systematic
few, so
racism,
because so
you
because a
cannot.
handful of black people do well,
No,
all of a
no,
sudden no
no,
systematic
no. That's
racism.
not. No, you just like if there's systematic racism, you cannot overcome it. Systematic racism can never be overcome. Like the concept that people think that you can overcome it, that's crazy, because it's impossible. Now, the
It's
reason,
not.
no, it is because if it's systematic, it doesn't happen. If if uh, if there's systematic racism and there's a Black person
It's
doing
not.
well, you shoot him in the head.
Huh?
That's systematic racism.
Oh,
Systematic racism
no.
means you stop it. It's not allowed to happen. Like you
So
can like
so
if
onward
there
That's
was
not true, man.
on the better
no, it
topics.
is true. If there was systematic
How,
racism, Obama would not be allowed to be president. He would I mean, they wouldn't allow him.
so
They would
so
they would
so
stop him before
on the
that
better
and shot him
topics.
afterwards.
How about that Britney Spears, huh? Speaking of just non-racism, let's keep the white women down.
Racism.
Britney Spears, guys,
No, I mean
huh?
it's hard for all poor people. Poor people have it hard.
Yes.
Black people have it hard because of Black people, because 80% of Black people are born to single parent households,
Yes,
because
this is true.
because
That's
Black
what Kevin
people
Sullivan
have
That's
says.
baby
Kevin
mamas.
Samuel says.
Like, I mean, that's the black
a
thing.
Republican talking
If you're
point.
gonna have a word for it, if you're gonna have a word for baby mama, like, you deserve what you get. Like, you shouldn't have baby mamas. If your girlfriend gets pregnant, you marry her. Like you don't
Well,
allow your like you don't allow your child to be
preach,
raised in poverty,
perch,
and that's on the black community. Like the black community did it.
So the
perch,
white folks get a pass if they
because
do
it
that
happens
too?
there
Do they
too.
get a pass? Do they get a
The
pass?
bu- the white like you are responsible for your own lot. No one else is ever responsible for your lot in life. If you're living in shit, it's because of yourself and because of your own choices, not because of what someone else has done to you. And if you blame someone
You're
else, you will
Viewers,
always be living
anybody,
in shit.
somebody,
you're
speak up.
you're 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 trying to balance the whole thing about systematic racism and your own personal responsibility. That's what you're
No, no,
saying.
I'm saying I
When
don't
does
think there is.
when does personal responsibility take over? You know, when it's, instead of blaming.
Well, it's always personal responsibility. Always. That's what
So
it is.
there's nothing else affecting people's situation. It's all on you.
People in America, the greatest fucking country in the history of the world, the whole entire history, from the beginning of time to
Yeah.
now, this is the best one. The fact that you're born in America, you have the opportunity to succeed. If you do not succeed in America, because America gives you about anything you can need, like you can go to school, the libraries are free, there are books, like you have access to so much shit. If you cannot succeed with what is given to you in America, then it is your fault that you did not succeed, because you're
So
given
That's
so
a
so
so
dicey
much
so
shit.
one.
so so
That's a
so
dicey one.
so if you live in a bad neighborhood, whatever, and your school is crap because
A
because
bad
all
neighborhood
schools are not
in
created equally.
America, you're saying a bad neighborhood in America, your school is
Yeah,
crap in
it's your
America.
fault.
Your
Yeah,
your
yeah,
bad neighborhood in America is better than 99%
yeah.
of the neighborhoods in the world.
No,
So
no, no,
that
no,
bad
no,
neighbor,
no, no.
no,
That's
no,
no, no,
yes,
no.
yes,
Yeah, but but now you're confusing the fact. All schools are not created equally.
yeah, they're not.
If you live in more
But what what
right,
what
so
what
even
what are you saying you
even
don't
public schools are
have?
not created equally.
What don't you have?
And some schools have like 40 kids to a class
Yeah,
versus
so
another public school that's 20
so what?
students in a
You work
class.
harder. Like you're saying that you have no access to books. Like there are no libraries. Like it doesn't
So
matter
uh,
where
so
in
so
America you
so
are.
so so Brother Nate, you saying that you can learn in a class of 40 other people versus a class of 15?
The class of 15 has it easier, but if you're in the class of 40, you
Yeah.
have to fucking learn. Like it's your fault. You get out of the class, you go to the library, you pick up a book and you read it. You go on YouTube and you watch it because there's enough knowledge on YouTube. You can get the knowledge on YouTube. You could go to the public library. There is a public library,
So
even if you
so
have to take
basically
a bus.
so basically you're saying that the kids who already started 20 yards ahead.
Yes, yes.
All right.
You are
Okay, interesting.
responsible. You
All right,
Wow.
like
guys.
you are
Wow.
responsible.
All
And
right.
the thing
All
is like
right.
what you're saying, but the thing you have to understand is what you're saying is it's not their fault. No one's gonna do it for them. So if it's not their fault, then they're gonna live in shit forever because no one's gonna help them. You help yourself, or no one is gonna help you. You're never gonna be given anything. So if
All
you
I
right.
do
understand.
not
Hold
do
on. Hold on.
anything,
Respect. Hold on. Respect the viewers. We got somebody saying something here. We've got. I have to say, I kind of agree with him on that. You can work 9 to 5 job and luck up with a cryptocurrency and become a millionaire. That doesn't happen in North Korea. That doesn't happen in Afghanistan or Iran. Well said, GZ. There you go. Only in America.
I understand where you're coming from, but my point is, like, if you're living, if where you're living, it's harder. You have two choices, right? Because no one's gonna do it for you. The government will never help you. Like
This guy.
rich people, they're never gonna help you. Someone else, they're never gonna help you. So your choice is you do it, you get it done,
Or you
or it
die.
doesn't get done. So like
Oh.
that's what like you can't teach people
Yeah,
to
but
be a victim.
I'm not saying to be a victim either. But
No, no,
then
I know,
it
but
doesn't.
if you teaching these
Yeah, but
kids,
yeah, but
they're
yeah, but fundamentally, these kids won't have the tools to learn these things going
well, I
into
know,
high
but
school.
like
All right,
so
guys.
the question is how do we
Let's
help
wrap
them,
it
right?
up.
Now
Let's wrap it
All
now
up.
right, okay.
but the thing is you want to help them, right? So there's two ways to help them. You can say like, hey, where you live is shit, and you have it worse, and there's nothing you can do unless someone helps you. And that person, they're never gonna be anything because no one will ever help them. They will always be poor.
Or we can make all schools equal. We can
Yeah,
say that
so
too.
yeah, but that will never happen. It won't happen. They're never going to be equal because like when I grow up, like when I have kids and I have money, if the government tries to take my money to give to a poor kid, I'll bring up AK. I'm like, we're all going down now. You're not
All
taking my
right.
money, right? No, I'm
And
serious.
on
Like
that
I'm good. I'm good.
note,
but
On that
like
note, I'm good.
no,
on
I mean,
that
but don't you
note,
think rich people will never
Nate,
give their money away,
Nate the Great is
right?
getting kind of late, and now we got to seal your fate.
All right, this was fun,
Whoa.
guys.
It was fun.
But now,
No, I just
but Nate the Great,
I want
tell him.
people to
But
understand
Nate
I
the
have
Great,
compassion.
tell them where they can find you, like on Instagram. What else
Oh,
you're working
you can.
on?
I'm at American Heathens. Is my Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
I got some artwork up there too. I'm gonna start selling artwork. So,
All right.
and you can email me at the American Heathens at gmail.com. It's
All
all up
right.
on my. But
And
yeah, I just want people to know I have compassion. I just think that the only way to succeed is by doing it yourself because
Hmm.
other people will never help you. So I think we should teach people to fight for themselves. I'm not saying that they don't have it worse. Some people don't have it worse than others, but I think everyone in America has it well enough in which they can take what they have and succeed because we're in the greatest country in the world.
All
That's
right.
why I got the flag, guys.
There you go, Betty Ross or Betty White or whatever.
Hey, Ross.
JC, last words. Where can they find you?
You can find me at Reggae Nights on Instagram. Sure, check out my all my hiking pictures,
All right. So,
stuff like
well,
that.
this was a wild one, guys. We're off the rails. We had a lot of
Jamaican
topics that we
Nights.
didn't get to start because
I think
the second Nate got on, 100 miles an hour, it went an hour without talking about anything. Now hold on, Jay Z also has some part. I said Jay Z. GZ's got some parting words here. Britney Spears finally knows what it's like to be black. Have someone else control your purse strings, and your every move, and when you can be free. There you go.
Exactly, I agree. We didn't even
Now,
get into that topic. That
on
we do
that
next time.
note, thank you, new followers, Raging Bob and GZ D. You gotta type out what your name says. The Jay Z Darver. I believe I need you here to keep Nate in line because I liked your lovely trolling quips. I don't think he'll ever play for the Philadelphia Eagles, but yeah. Uh, as always, good fight, good night. We're gonna stay up and chat, folks. You guys listen to a nice little jam here for a quick minute.
so. What is this right now? Where are we?
Well, we're on Twitch, but I'm also on YouTube. But
Oh,
right
so will you?
now, I'm trying to shut everything down so we can just talk. I'm at least
So this
covering
is up on
my
YouTube.
yes, like that
Oh,
first.
that's awesome. Yeah, I got tear
That's funny.
gassed. I got tear gassed. Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
I saw an old lady get tear gassed. She was having the time of her life. She was like 80 years old. She got tear gassed in the chest. She had this big smile on her face. It was it was no. I mean that's why it was. That's why I'm telling you guys it wasn't violent because I like you don't understand. Like we had we had three times the amount of people at the No, they died a day or two later, and they
No,
said
no,
they died there.
someone died there.